What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Raw Watch Along. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, and it is Monday, June 9th. It's the night following Money in the Bank, and it has been a non-stop, pretty much go. So much pro wrestling in the last couple of days. It has been just a lot happening. The last time I was here was for SmackDown, and then Saturday I was at both Worlds Collide, which I ended up making a last-minute decision of going. I went to Worlds Collide, and then I went to Money in the Bank, and then thankfully, Sunday was a nice little down break for the most part. Nothing really crazy going on for wrestling. And so then today we're back today for Raw. And now here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff that's been announced for Monday Night Raw today. The show actually looks really good. John Cena's going to be there. Nikki Bella is going to be there. R-Truth is going to be there. The King and Queen of the Ring tournaments are starting in the Fatal 4-Ways. Two are taking place, one for the women, one for the men. And then Gunther versus Jey Uso. And I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that I might have missed in the announcements, but I think those were the only announcements that I recall seeing. So either way, with that stuff that I just mentioned right now, it feels like we're going to have a lot to get into for today's show. So I cannot wait for Raw today. I'm actually very much looking forward to it. Thank you so much to everybody who's here today. I'm excited to be back once again doing the post show. Post show and watch along. So later on today, of course, I'll be on with Santi too to actually do a podcast review of the actual show. But I want to go ahead, since we still have a minute till Raw starts. We got Uncle Donk here who says, I sent a super chat in the SmackDown video. LMAO. Oh no, Uncle Donk. He says, stay safe to all LA residents. Can't lose D and Reg. Thank you so much for the love, Uncle Donk, and for the appreciation. And I will try to pull up your SmackDown super chat. I'll go look for it at some point during the breaks. And I will go pull it up. I just got to scroll through a bit and I will pull it up though. Thank you so much, Uncle Donk. We got McTaru, by the way, who gifted 5 DWO memberships. Very freaking cool of you, McTaru. Thank you so much for getting the party started. We got Sheldon Jackson, who also gifted 1 DWO membership. Sheldon, thank you so much. We got McTaru here who says, hey, Denise, happy Monday and hope everything goes well for you. I can't wait to see what will Ron Killings do next. Yeah, by the way, I got to stop getting used to calling him R-Truth because he's Ron Killings once again. So it's going to take a second to probably get used to calling him Ron Killings and not R-Truth. So give me a second on that one. But yes, I'm curious to see what he's going to be saying today on the show. Obviously, I don't think they're going to mention anything about the release. I really don't think so. Maybe they'll allude to it, but I don't think they'll flat out say it. And that within itself has been such a story in the last few days with the way that Triple H answered that question about R-Truth's return over at the press conference. Didn't get the best of feedback from a lot of people. And then on top of that, R-Truth obviously coming out on social media and being like, yo, guys, this was for sure not a work. So all of that was a big talking point this weekend. But here we go. Raw is beginning, and let me get the audio going.
Now.
All right, cool. We are ready to go, guys. I'm ready for Monday Night Raw. Also, McTaru, thank you so much for the love. We also got Jeff Meechan, who became a brand new DWO member. Jeff, thank you so much. Jeff also sends in a super chat saying, sorry, I missed you at House of the Mouse yesterday. Looks like you had so much fun. Yo, I was at Disneyland yesterday for 8 hours, and it was actually a really good time at Disneyland. And it wasn't that crowded, like for Disneyland standards. Obviously, it was still crowded, but not so bad. And Alex and I ended up doing 9 rides plus meeting Mickey Mouse. So I thought we did really good for ourselves, considering that, again, it gets very, very busy at Disneyland. Thank you so much to Jeff Meechan.
Champion of the women's division is here. The man.
All right, Becky Lynch. Oh my God, Becky Lynch is wearing a Miss Rachel shirt.
Saturday at Money in the Bank. Becky is here.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so Seth Rollins, there's Nikki. Seth Rollins had mentioned to me in a previous interview that I did with him a while back that their daughter likes Miss Rachel a whole lot. And so that is why I'm assuming, you know, Becky Lynch is wearing a Miss Rachel shirt. And for those of you who do not know who Miss Rachel is, because I figured she may not be in everyone's demo, she's a very popular YouTuber for babies. And she's become like a millionaire because babies are like in love with her videos. So Miss Rachel, she's hella popular, guys. She's making bank. Let's just say that. She's making bank. Become like a household name with the way that she creates really good baby content. So unless you're parents, you probably weren't too aware of Miss Rachel. But either way, I don't know how I'm aware of Miss Rachel, but apparently I am. So funny. We got Steve Fight here who says, hey Denise, did you see Jey winning? And then Seth comes to cash in, but Gunther protects him from Seth. Then you get Gunther against Seth, crew, and face off at Seth at SummerSlam. Gunther face. Hey, honestly, I could see that happening, Steve. I really could see that happening to like a point where like Jey, you can argue that Jey, in this scenario that you painted out, Steve, you can say that like, you know, he earned Gunther's respect, right? That Jey earned his respect simply by, you know, beating him not once at WrestleMania, but then possibly twice again today. I really don't know what's going to happen with that match today. Only because it's like this was announced ahead of time, and so I feel like because it was announced so far in advance, it makes me feel like something's gotta happen, something's gotta take place in this match. And of course we know Seth Rollins is the Money in the Bank holder. We know he's bound to get that strap pretty soon. So I could see a scenario where Seth Rollins tries today in this matchup with him and Gunther. But I do think Seth will be successful in his attempt. I don't think it would be great if he wasn't successful in his attempt, because again, like that group just got started, and you don't want to bury or kill or slow down any of their momentum. So that's kind of how I feel about that. But Steve, thank you so much for the generous super chat. Appreciate you a whole lot, man. Thank you for that. We also got Sven Big who says, thanks for the watch. Looking good in red. Thank you. Thank you. I always try to wear red sometimes on these shows because, you know, Monday Night Raw is red. So I just want to stay in the theme of it all. That's all I'm doing. Thank you, Sven. We got Mictaro here who says, fun fact, Ron Killings was a world champion back in the old TNA days. Thank you for reminding us of that. It feels like we can take Ron Killings a lot more seriously than obviously R-Truth. But I don't know, man. Congratulations to Ron Killings. I'm sure he's made far more money now that he's returned to WWE. I'm sure he's making more money. So good for him, man. Good for him. Happy for Ron Killings. Happy he's back. And what a moment it was at Money in the Bank to see him return, guys. I'm not kidding you. I was actually standing getting ready to go to the press conference. They had us like standing in a certain section afterwards, because usually for most of the show we're like sitting down in an area, but then right before, like usually around like main event time is when they have us start to move so that we can get to that press conference really, really fast. And so at that point we were kind of standing in this area, and I see a hooded person running, and I'm like, oh shit, like that's gonna be somebody. And I'm like making my way through the front because I noticed it right away, and then I'm like, oh shit, like I was not expecting it to be R-Truth whatsoever. Like I legitimately thought that it was going to be somebody else. Like I thought it was going to be Roman Reigns or something. So it was just a very, very interesting night. Thank you so much, Mictaru. We also got Dan Lutzka who says, Goldberg to help with Jey Uso. Can Nikki Bella and Cena get along? Now that Nikki's single. Well, John Cena. Oh, and John Cena's kicking off the show. John Cena's a married man. So, you know, he's got a wife and stuff. And I'm pretty sure that him and, you know, it's always weird with exes, especially when you were, you know, gonna get married. Because it's a lot more serious than just dating. But I'm gonna assume that it's fine that you know, they're adults. You know, Nikki Bella's a mom now, so she clearly moved on. You know, with I forgot Artem. She was with Artem for a very long time, and unfortunately that didn't work out. But I wouldn't be surprised if her and John Cena are cool. I don't know the details with that. Thank you so much, Dan, for the super chat, by the way, and I hope you're having a good Monday. Also, I'm not sure what's going on with Goldberg. No, that I don't know. This Goldberg stuff's a mystery to me at this point. Every time we think Goldberg's going to come out, he doesn't. So I don't know. I did think about the possibility of Goldberg coming out for today's show. I thought maybe he might cost Jey Uso the match or something. Not cost Jey Uso the match, excuse me. I thought he would attack Gunther. That was something that I was kind of expecting for that match today. Because again, I'm expecting for something to happen with Jey Uso and Gunther. Thank you, Dan. All righty. What's up to everybody? Thank you so much to everyone that is coming through here in the chat. Shout out to Kevin Simpson. I think we're around that number, Kevin, like 20, 21, I think. Somewhere around there. Okay. Maybe he'll give us an update today because we need an update here on this. They're in Phoenix today. Phoenix should be getting their money's worth tonight. All right, John's just soaking in the admiration of the conflicting crowd chants right now. John Cena's got the stank face on right now.
He is the greatest.
Do we think that R-Truth comes out during this segment tonight? Or maybe John Cena calls out R-Truth?
17.
So crazy how this R-Truth stuff. Oh my gosh, Ron Killings. This Ron Killings stuff just went and took off in a totally different direction than any of us were expecting when they first started the stuff with John Cena and him. King of Strong Style says, Denise, his name is Ron. I know it's going to take me a while to say Ron Killings, guys. I got used to R-Truth. It's going to take a second. This is like this whole PPV, PLE thing. Y'all got to give me a minute. Ricky Saints, Ricky Starks, I need a minute. All right, here we go. All right, never mind. I thought John was about to start talking. John Cena has the best RBF right now.
You teach me something every single time you open your mouths. What you taught me at Money in the Bank, truth is a lie. Because you opened your mouth and wasted your energy saving a sideshow comedian whose greatest achievement is pretending to be me.
Okay, we definitely got to get Ron Killings out here then. Come on. With all of these mentions, we need a back and forth. Good. That's what I really want right now, is a back and forth with John and Ron.
Do you think that actually accomplished anything?
I mean, it did, because he came back. So those chants did actually do something.
Warriors. You are ignorant armchair activists, and you do not have any real power to change anything.
I mean, technically they did, because all of the backlash from a lot of people led to them bringing back R-Truth.
R-Truth is a gimmick.
So far, I detect only lies from John tonight. Only lies, John.
R-Truth is you'll never use me to benefit one of your garbage pity parties ever again. This is my farewell tour, damn it! Do you hear me?
John Cena's about to start singing, "It's my party and I'll cry if I want to."
I have limited time. I told you when we started. 36
Okay,
days.
we're about to get an update. Let's see where we're at now. 20.
And the last time
I don't know where we're at.
was the Raw after WrestleMania.
Okay, Raw after
Down
Mania
to
was 27. So now.
Since then, I've been to Fort Worth, Dayton, St. Louis, Tampa, Knoxville, Bakersfield, Los Angeles, and now Phoenix.
Ah, shit, we're down to 19. I love how everybody, wait, I don't know if people are clapping because there's only 19 dates left or because he mentioned Phoenix.
Over. We are
Which one is it?
Way done. And if you want to accomplish something, don't waste your voice and send me the friggin' class clown. Use your voice and send me competition.
CM
Because
Punk!
the way I see it,
Punk!
everyone you have cheered for, from R-Truth to
Oh, come
Cody
on,
Rhodes
CM Punk!
to Randy Orton.
Although I doubt it, but an attempt was made on my part.
I have shut your mouth and beaten your best.
Okay, there we go. Yeah! The fans got it. We got it. We have power. We manifested it. We were like, all right, you want us to use our voice for somebody? Let's use our voice for CM Punk. Let's fucking go. I want to get this back and forth between CM Punk and John. Okay. Where's Punk? Oh, there he is. Woo! Got a little nervous there. I was like, this better not be a swerve. We've been waiting for this, everyone. We have been waiting for this. These two men have so much history. And CM Punk has talked quite a bit of shit about John Cena in his recent Raw promos when he was throwing shots at The Rock, too, when he called him a bald fraud. And then he also called John Cena, I think he said, I forgot what he called John Cena like 2 weeks ago. I think he called itch or something? God, the exact quote for that, but yeah, I remember he just talked shit on John. All right, look alive. Come on, let's go. This is it right here. We've been waiting for this. Kill him, CM Punk. Crash his ass. See, I was always a CM Punk girl. I was never a John Cena girl.
Are you comfortable, John? I want you to be comfortable because I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. And I am prepared to have this conversation with my fists. But one way or another, you will listen to everything I have to say right here, right now. It's ironic, isn't it?
I'm so excited.
You strapped up the cowboy, the Boy Scout, saying you're gonna ruin wrestling, saying you're gonna ruin the establishment that made you who you are, and CM Punk, the iconoclast, the outcast, the redheaded stepchild, the punk rock kid from Chicago, seemingly defending the establishment.
Wow, the roles have definitely reversed there. Definitely reversed.
Well, the more things change, the more things stay the same. I'm not defending the establishment. Let's make it real clear, John Boy. I'm not standing for TKO. I'm not here to defend the billionaires. I'm here to defend the people.
John Boy.
What are you so mad about, John? Huh? You mad because the establishment picked you, but the people never did? Huh? They picked me in 2011 to be the voice of the voiceless. You say you haven't had the best? You haven't faced the best competition? Boy, you have. Cody's the best we got.
Nice shout out for Cody.
And you beat him because you take cheap shots and you take shortcuts. No, I'm not here to kiss my final boss's ass like you.
Another mention of The Rock. I Punk
are my boss.
Eventually, we got to get that little confrontation.
It's my job to give them what they want. And if they want the truth, they're gonna get Ron Killings.
Yeah! Nice play on words.
No, we're all spokes on a wheel. I've said it very famously, and I've always known that. And it's time CM Punk taught John Cena that he's just a spoke on the wheel too. And it starts by me taking that title off your shoulder.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Put it in the menu. I'm ordering it.
Remember when me and you locked up at Elimination Chamber? First time in over 10 years, and I felt it. But I felt something a little bit different. And then you watched as Seth Rollins stomped me, and you didn't hesitate. And you pulled me back in the ring, and you put me in the STF. And the last thing I heard before I lost consciousness was you, almost in anguish, saying, "I'm sorry." Yeah.
John Cena's face.
You screamed, "I'm sorry," because you knew then and you damn sure now know that what you're doing is not right. Look around you, John. You know that what you're doing is wrong.
I don't think he cares about right and wrong. Oh yeah, you sold out chance. Damn, you sold out chance. There's nothing more embarrassing than you sold out chance, man.
When I
It's
take
the
that
ego.
title off you, you're gonna spend the rest of your dates crisscrossing the country, apologizing to these people for the man you become. That title has corrupted you. And I know because that same belt turned me into a monster in 2012. And when I came back here to WWE, I had a list of goals. And holding that belt wasn't one of them, because I'm afraid of the man I become when I have it. Now that's the chip. Everybody in the back should want that. Everybody in the back should want to be heavyweight champion. Few can accomplish it. But I now see that I have to become a monster to stop the monster.
Yee. Don't hold back, Punk.
You,
don't hold back. Just do it.
Guys like you, to Seth Rollins, that is the chip. That means power, and it means control. And to me, that is something that belongs to the people.
Now what? It's an intense stare. Oh, CM Punk's not dead. Come on, you know he's gonna get him with a nice final blow. Look at him. Look at him dead in the eyes. I would never want to be on the receiving end of that. See what he's gonna say.
By my count, after tonight, you've got 18 dates left. Of what little respect I had for you, I'll leave it up to you as to which one of those dates I take this off your shoulder. And if you're not a coward, if you're any type of a man, if you're more Boston Red Sox than you are New York Yankee.
Nice little sports reference there.
You'll say that date is tonight, right here, right now.
You swear. Oh no! Oh wait. Woo! My stream froze for a split second. I was like, no! Of any segment in the world, do not freeze on this segment. Freeze on a different one, not this one. This SummerSlam, I think maybe this will happen.
CM Punk.
SummerSlam,
One
SummerSlam.
Final match.
SummerSlam, SummerSlam. Come on, SummerSlam.
The best in the world against the greatest of all time. For the undisputed WWE Championship.
Imagine he goes, but not tonight.
Let's do it.
Wait, tonight? What? No, there's no way that's not happening tonight. That's not happening tonight. Come on, hit me with the punchline.
Not tonight.
I knew it. Okay. Why you gotta make me second guess myself, John? I knew it. You knew it. Everybody in those seats knew it and still made me second guess myself.
No. Match like this,
SummerSlam.
you're gonna follow me to Saudi Arabia.
What?
And we're gonna do it at Night of Champions. Ball's in your court, hero. You want a title match, it's gonna be at Night of Champions. What do you say?
I was afraid of this. All right, with John, I mean,
just
see
said to John Cena, you're on. Let's see if our general manager
say,
makes it official. But
oh, CM Punk
meanwhile,
did say you're on to John. Okay, I didn't catch that part.
This man is Mr.
Guys,
Money in the
At
Bank.
Night of Champions? At Night of Champions, they're gonna do John Cena and CM Punk? Like, am I the only person here? Like, what? Like, come on. I know, and CM Punk goes Saudi. I know. This is just like,
Just a little reminder.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what
by
to say.
Seth Rollins.
I mean,
That
you
he can
guys, like,
cash
they
in
have a
anytime,
two-night
any
SummerSlam
place.
that they gotta sell out,
world
guys, at
champion.
Mexican Stadium. Night of Champions with Saudi Arabia, they're gonna get their money with whatever match they put on. They don't gotta do John Cena, CM Punk, in Night of Champions.
Is off this evening, but I'm joined by Wade Barrett. Wade, do you think General
That
Manager
is
Pierce makes this match
so
Night of Champions?
I mean, that is an
disappointing.
all-timer matchup. Doesn't get much bigger. It's been a wild few days out here in the West, and we ain't slowing down tonight.
I guess we'll wait
Here
and
in
see
Hockey.
for the
Well, let's
official
show you what's gonna happen
announcement,
tonight,
but it
because
looks
we
like
have our
that's happening, or else they
first-round
wouldn't have
matchup
mentioned
between
it, you know?
and King
They would,
of
oh,
the ring
here we go, we got
tournament.
the
Here's
full
deal
bracket.
For the women. It'll be filled
Okay.
out over the next couple of weeks, including a first-round matchup tonight, fatal four-way style. As you take a look at this field, Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez will do battle here tonight. Now, on the men's side of things, General Manager Adam Pearce has reserved the right to add one more superstar to this tournament. Who that'll be? We'll
I
find
need
out in
to,
the weeks
hold
to
on one
come.
second.
But we do have a fatal four-way matchup
Screenshotting
coming
these.
tonight in the first round.
No,
You'll
I
see
didn't get it.
Sami
Oh,
Zayn,
no.
the Intercontinental Champion Dominik
I
Mysterio,
screenshotted way
Bron
too
Breakker,
slow.
and Penta in a fatal four-way live tonight.
All right. I didn't get the screenshot of the men's
What a way
one,
to
but
get
at least
things
got the
started.
women's one. All right. Well, in that case, let me pull it up in a second because I didn't get a real good chance to look at it. So,
Contest is scheduled for one fall.
shit. All right.
Representing America.
Let's see. So we got well, we already go with this one. Rhea, Kairi, and Morgan, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez. That's one match. Then SmackDown's gonna have Jade Cargill, Michin, Piper Niven, Nia Jax. SmackDown's also gonna have Ric Flair, Alexa Bliss. Sorry, Ric Flair. Charlotte Flair.
Coming up next,
Charlotte
Chad
Flair,
Gable takes
Alexa
on AJ
Bliss,
Styles in a match presented
Candice
by
LeRae,
Cash
and then
App,
Asuka,
live on
Stephanie,
Netflix.
Raquel, and Ivy Nile on the other Raw side. So we got quite a bit to get to for today, but give me 1 second, guys. We're on a commercial break. I need to
Leonard did double duty. This past
stop my
Saturday.
recording and start a new one. So give me one tiny second here, and then I'm gonna get into what everyone's saying here in the comments.
Speculation at Money in the Bank. We're not going to do that again tonight. Chad Gable had one match and one match only on Saturday against
1 second.
Vikingo. And that was it. That's the end.
All right, we got another Chad Gable promo. I was just talking about how I feel like Chad Gable gets the most promo time out of like anybody at this point. Ah, shit, my Netflix stream is reloading. They were like, you don't want to hear Chad Gable's promo? Then you're not gonna hear it. All right, let me see what we got here. Let's go through some of these comments.
He went through hell in the Money in the Bank match.
We got John Taylor in the building. What's up, John? He says, as JR would say, business is about to pick up. Give me all of CM Punk and John Cena. Yeah, John Taylor's favorite match was also John Cena versus CM Punk from 2011. And I did a watch along for that for Patreon for those of you guys who want to check that out. Thank you, John. We got Matt Toy here who says, always good to have Raw on one screen and Denise on the other. I hope Disney was fun yesterday after the long wrestling shows over the weekend. I went to Disney for the first time in January. Matt, thank you so much for the love. I definitely had a good time at Disney. I had the best beignet. They did like a 7 because they're celebrating their 70 years of Disney right now. So they did like this really like delicious beignet that had like blue icing on it and then like a candied little candle in it. Oh, it was so good. I was like thinking to myself, I should go back and get another one, but then I didn't want to overdo it, you know? And then I also finally tried the cold brew from Star Wars Land. I had been wanting to try it forever. The line was always so long, so I finally did that. We did all the rides at Star Wars Land, Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, Big Thunder Mountain. I tried that. I went to for my first time, I went to that new Mickey Mouse ride in Toontown. I had never been on it. And I forget what it's called, but that one ended up being my favorite because it was, you know, one I'd never been on, and I just thought it was really cute. So that was very fun. So yeah, it was a good time. Thank you so much for asking, Matt. We got a very generous super chat here from the homie John Taylor who says, after growing up watching wrestling that had fallen off in 2003, in 2011 I happened to be at my mom's house for the summer and she had cable, so I decided to turn Raw on. The date was June 27, 2011. The night of Punk's pipe bomb brought me back to wrestling. John, talk about like good timing, by the way, because imagine how lucky you were to tune in to that night to hear CM Punk's pipe bomb. Like, you would have missed out had you, stopped watching permanently. It was meant to be. You were meant to come back. You were still meant to be one of us. One of us. John, thank you for the super chat, man, and for also sharing the story. So I'm sure you're very much looking forward to John Cena and CM Punk revisiting their feud once again. Thank you, John. We also got a very generous super chat from Dan Bridgman. Dan, you're very cool, man. Thank you so much for this generous super chat. Seriously, I hope you're having a good start to the week. Hopefully it's a good one for you. And man, positive vibes for the rest of the week, Dan. Thank you so much for the love, dude. We got Brandon here who says, hey Denise, how are you doing, my friend? Also, I want to thank you for the advice you gave me with posting on YouTube and for not seeing my message as spam. No, you are okay, dude. I'm a little bit behind right now on messages. I'm going to try to take some time tonight, hopefully, to kind of get back into the groove of things, because I did fall behind a little bit on messages and things like that. But my plan is to get back on that today and tomorrow. The good thing is that I don't have much going on this weekend, so this weekend I will be catching up on a lot of things that I kind of fell behind on. But thank you so much, Brandon. And still, good luck on your YouTube channel. All righty. So now, oh, thank you, Andrew. This is the ride I was talking about. He says it's called Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Yes, and there's a cute little song, too, that's like, oh my gosh, it was stuck in my head all day yesterday, and now I can't remember how it goes. It was like, nothing's gonna stop us now. Nothing's gonna stop us now. It was so cute. I really, really liked the ride. At first, I was like, I don't know what this is going to be. Like, I wasn't so
your paperwork flew over onto my
and then we went on, and I was like, this is my new favorite ride ever.
You're taking your arms out of turn. Wait a second.
Well, let's look at some
shout out
facts,
to
too. Remember,
Sarah.
you
Good
saw
to
El
see you,
Grande
Sarah.
Americano
She
last
says, this
week,
is
and then
awesome,
this past
Bessie, and
Saturday
so
had that
cool. The
right
pipe
elbow
bomb brought me
heavily
back
taped
to,
and
and it's
white
kind of
tape on Gable.
ironic
His
roles
right elbow
are
heavily
reversed.
taped and
All
white
right, guys.
tape here
AJ
tonight.
Styles versus Chad Gable has now begun. Also, shout out to Darren G. We got Rowdy the Cat. We got Icy in here. We got J Grouts 9. We got IBN Jones. Andrew, who I shouted out just a second again. Janica. John Taylor says, I had only heard of CM Punk from a few years before 2011 when he guest starred on Ghost Hunters of all things when ECW was on Sci-Fi. Ooh, I remember seeing those commercials for Ghost Hunters, but I never watched it. Maybe because I'm scared of that kind of stuff. But I do remember that was a really popular show on the Sci-Fi Network. Thanks, John.
Take out his frustration on Gable here tonight.
We also got Ken Wasaki Moore. We got Johnny T. What's up, D. Laura? We got Tanisha Hicks. Oh, and thank you for sharing this story. D. Laura says there's a cute little story behind the Runaway Railroad. Try to find the reel I found about it in details. If you find it, D. Laura, tag me in it.
Nice leapfrog by AJ.
We also got Charles Credle in the building. Taylor, Mr. Grimbley. We got where'd you go? I lost you. Oh, there's. Oh, I lost you again. Sladonna, thank you so much for tuning in. CC Funk, Mike Kalinsky. We got Marshman 96. We got Jordan Taylor, Plugger 1234, Bill W from New York, Dan Legby Jr. We got Andy Nerschel. What's up?
Chad Gable, you saw the hesitation.
All right, I think I got mostly everybody.
Came over to Gable.
Shanston Euster, thank you so much for tuning in. We got John Harris. We got Maxwell, King of Strong Style, Matt Reichel, Martin Rahale. Hey, Martin, how are you, dude? We got Zach Fingers. Zach, thank you so much for all the love you've been showing on Facebook as well. We got Zeno Hour, Dan Davidson. What's up to Han? John Harris says, I missed anything? My friend, bro, rewind. Go watch the John Cena CM Punk confrontation. Shout out to Mr. Know-It-All. We got Frank in the building. What's up, Infamous Raider Loco? We got Eric Diaz, Spike Hunter, Infamous DJ1. We got Don. Hey, Don. We're on a commercial break, by the way. We also got Super Fro. What's up, Super Fro? Moe Best. He says, when does Ron show up? Maybe later on in the show. I thought he was going to appear at the top of the show when John Cena started mentioning him, but once we got CM Punk out there, then obviously we knew that wasn't going to happen. We also got Nick Grasso in the building. Shout out to King Michael Gang. We got Elijah Brody. What's up, Elijah? We got Megan in here. What's up, Megan? Miss WWE Girl 2. What is up? We also got Stephen Marchuli here with the super chat. He says, hot take. Mr. Iguana news shows work rate overrated at times and building a superstar. It's not that its work rate is overrated. It's just that sometimes personalities they just connect with people when it's something as out there as a character like Mr. Iguana. People are gonna connect with that. It's so funny though, guys. I was sitting down watching the show and I was thinking to myself, oh my god, the WWE fans are gonna really love Mr. Iguana. And then lo and behold, I go on social media and I had no idea that that's all people were talking about was Mr. Iguana. And I thought, hell yeah, man, because as I was watching the show, I was like, oh, he's gonna resonate so much with the fans. And he did. And so that was really, really nice to see. Really nice to see. Thank you, Stephen Marchuli. We got Wrestling and Bang. What's up, dude? Thank you so much for popping in. We got Moneymaker Chris. What's up, Chris? Hey, Jessa, thank you so much for the kind comment. Thank you. We got Joe Montez that says, loving your new Facebook page. Thank you, Joe. The page is exploding right now. Like, I think I got onto the good graces of Facebook guys because they're promoting my content finally. And so they've been promoting it like crazy. Just the other day, I hit 5,000, and the last time I checked, I'm at 7,500 right now. So Facebook is currently promoting my content, which is amazing to see. Very, very happy about that. So I'm just going to try to keep it going. Remember when I first started the account, I've been updating everybody on how many views I've been getting. And do you guys remember when I was like at 2,000 views and then I was at 20,000 views? As of this morning, I opened my
We are
account
live here
May
in Phoenix, Arizona
22nd.
tonight, Monday
I
Night
have
Raw, live on
2.2
Netflix. AJ
million of
Styles
views
starting
right
a rally
now.
against
So
Chad Gable.
that's how much
Gable
I've been pushing
dominated
on
for
the
the
page
last
to
few
like
minutes,
make
but
it
AJ
grow and
Styles
stuff.
is
So
right back in it.
I would not be able to do that without everybody that's been supporting the page and everybody who got there like the second I made the announcement when I had 0 freaking followers, and everyone came through to support. And now Facebook saw that and they were like, oh good, you know, people because the initial core people that followed the Facebook page were interacting with it, and then told Facebook, hey, we should promote this account to other people that like similar things, and that's what's causing the page to you know, grow. So I'm very, very thrilled about that. Thank you, Joe. We also got Adrian in the building. What's up, Adrian? We got Melissa Cabello.
Saturday afternoon in Los Angeles. A nice German suplex by Gable, dropping Styles on the back of his head.
I was also very glad to see Chad Gable and Illegal Del Vikingo. They killed it in their match too. I ended up watching that match as I was walking from Kia Forum to into the Dome. And I found a way around not having to pay twice for parking, because that was part of the reason why I wasn't wanting to go to both shows, because I was kind of stressed out about the parking situation. So I ended up just, there was several lots that are not connected to any of the so some lots I was trying to reserve a lot, but they weren't going to be open on time, and so I was like, screw it, I'm just going to show up and see if any lots are actually open. Bro, they lied to me on the internet. All of the lots that said they weren't going to be open were open. So I went and I just found a lot that was outside of Kia Forum, and I just parked there, and I paid $40 to park there the whole day, which is you know, so much better than paying twice, because then you'd end up like spending $100 or more depending on where you park. So I ended up parking outside of Kia Forum, a lot outside of Kia Forum. Walking to Kia Forum was like a 5-minute walk. But then walking from Kia Forum to Intuit Dome was about a 20 to 25-minute walk, though, because I had to go all around. It was the whole thing. But anyways,
And AJ Styles cannot get
but yeah, it ended up working out, so I'm really glad I went to Worlds Collide. I decided 2 hours before I left the house that I was actually going to go. And the only reason I decided to go was because I went on Ticketmaster, and I saw that the tickets were really cheap. So I only spent $150 to sit right by the ramp, which is really cheap because the guy next to me asked me how much I spent on the tickets, and I told him, I said $150, and he was like, God dang it, I spent $450 on these tickets. And I was like, yo, I'm sorry, man.
Meanwhile,
Style Clash on Chad Gable. A little rough looking, but he got it. And he got the win too, but mind you, Chad Gable has been, dude's been working. He's been busy. He's been hella busy, so. Good win for AJ there.
El Grande Americano, and he would have picked up another win over AJ. Nonetheless, AJ.
So yeah, I'm glad I went to the show. I've never sat by the ramp before. That was my first time. So it was cool. It was cool. We got Christopher Marino who says, hey Denise, I know both of us being in LA people, I hope you're doing okay with all that's been going on. Dude, I'm fine. Obviously, I'm sad with seeing what's on the news, but I'm more so scared for everybody else that has a reason to be scared. I've been horrified by what's been going on. You know, scared, and, you know, I have people that I know that are, you know, more so scared for other reasons, and it's just a very terrifying situation to be in. Thank you, Christopher, and sending some love to you and your family and your friends. Oh, we got Roxanne and Liv. Here we go.
You know what? Save your breath, because here's the real plan.
What's the plan?
I'm going to advance in this tournament. I'm going to defeat Io Sky, and I'm going to win back my Women's World Championship.
Okay, well, I think we're on the same page, because I was actually coming here to say that I think maybe we should work together. That way, one of us wins for the Judgment Day, you know? How about...
No.
You just stay out of my way.
Never mind. She still said no, though.
May the best woman win.
I will.
I love Liv's gear today, too. And I like Roxanne with the green hair as well. Looks very nice. Oh, yeah, I love Liv's gear today. Very cute. I want to see the back, though, because at first I thought it was connected, but I guess it's the shirt that's ripped. Never mind. At first I thought it was like a bodysuit from the back. I realized it's not. All right, let me give some more shout-outs here. We got Infamous DJ1, Ben Fossey, Sidge Taylor. We got James Irving. We got Cobra. We got Ellie. Hey, what's up, Ellie? John Taylor says, also kind of TKO's monkey's paw for CM Punk. He gets his title match with John Cena, yay, but he has to wrestle in Saudi Arabia, less yay. It really is a monkey's paw situation. Yep, that's the perfect way to put that in there. Also, we are back on a commercial break here, and when we return, we're going to get into the first women's King and Queen qualifier, or not, tournament matchup. Sorry, I'm so used to the qualifiers for Money in the Bank that my brain just went to qualifier instead of tournament.
Liv Morgan.
Tournament, baby, tournament.
Saudi Arabia late last year became the inaugural Crown Jewel champion.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Crown Jewel championship.
Saudi Arabia to make some more
oh yeah, Liv won that. I had forgotten about that. Glad he mentioned it. Thank you, John. We also got Nick the Creator. What's up? He says Mr. Iguana is goats. Oh, we got a cute little iguana emoji from Johnny T.
Same night, should she be successful first of all here tonight? Long way
all right,
to go,
let me catch up here. We got Eric Diaz. It says, love your work, Denise. CM Punk versus John Cena, fireworks. Eric, thank you so much for the super chat as well as for the kind comment, man. Thank you very, very much, Eric. And yeah, I'm excited for CM Punk versus John. I did think it was going to happen at SummerSlam. I was way off. I was way off on that. I just thought they would have gone a different direction for Night of Champions. Shout out to Russell. We got Manuel in here.
Been an interesting couple of weeks since
we got Don the Visionary. We got Icy. Good to see you, Icy. We got Cyclops is better than Wolverine. We got 11. We got Alan.
Liv Morgan, but Raquel Rodriguez.
We got CC Funk 1. Terrence Sullivan.
Bo
said Bo.
Isaiah's
World.
With Liv Morgan this past Saturday.
We go through some more comments, shouting people out in the meantime. We also got CJ here who says, who you got winning this, Denise? Let me pull up the bracket again because I gotta take a look at it. For this matchup here, I think Liv and Roxanne are not gonna move on. I think they're gonna basically screw each other. I'm thinking Rhea Ripley advances in this match. For the Cargill Michin Piper Nia match, I'm gonna say Jade Cargill. So I think it might be Rhea and Jade. Ooh, maybe, I don't know. Because I think I can see Jade Cargill taking this all the way.
How does that work?
But then Nia Jax was a former Queen of the Ring, so I'm almost thinking that maybe Nia Jax might win that, and maybe it'll be Rhea and Nia. So I think it'll either be Rhea and Nia or Rhea and Jade on the left side of the bracket. On the right side of the bracket, I'm expecting Rhea on the left side to go all the way. On the right side, I'm thinking it's going to be Charlotte winning her Fatal 4-Way match. And then,
individual event tickets for SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium
with Asuka's return and then Stephanie there. That one's tough. It's either going to be Asuka or Stephanie.
Wednesday, June 18th, be a Ticketmaster.
Jesus, I don't know. That one's kind of tough.
Be a Ticketmaster. Combo tickets are on sale now. Fatal 4-way match, first round match in the Queen of the Ring.
I'm gonna go with Rhea winning the entire thing, though. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now, just based off of what I'm seeing. But this one's tough. I'm not too confident right now. I really am not too confident looking at this bracket.
Others will say,
let me know what you guys think because I need some suggestions right now. I'm a little torn. Thank you, CJ. Also got Mike Parker collect! These guys on Facebook told you it would take off because of the quality of content you produce and the loyalty of your existing following. Yes, Mike, you have been super supportive throughout this entire thing. And even when I was thinking like, oh yeah, this is never going to happen, a lot of people were far more positive than I was, and Mike was definitely one of those. So thank you so much, Mike, for the consistent support, and also a shout out on the new defaults too.
Ask this woman if Judgment Day is a democracy.
We got Victaro here who says women's gears at Money in the Bank are so awesome, especially Roxanne and Stephanie Lacare's green gear. So pretty. My favorite thing, though, from the presentation of the women was Alexa Bliss's entrance. I mentioned this in my review for Money in the Bank. Guys, Alexa Bliss's entrance at the Intuit Dome was one of the coolest things I had ever seen, because the music and the lighting and just the energy. Oh my God, it was so cool. It was very, very cool. Like, Alexa Bliss, if she forever needs to come out each and every single show that they run at the Intuit Dome, because I'm going to need to keep seeing her entrance at the Intuit Dome like 1,000 times over and over. But yeah, all the gear was on par for sure, Victaru. Thank you so much, man.
Rhea Ripley and, of course, and Roxanne Perez participating in that ladder match on Saturday night.
One of the most punishing match types.
All right, and now I'm officially all caught up, everyone. I was just trying to catch up with all of the super chats.
Just 48 hours to recover. Simply not enough. So if you're a betting person, you'll put all your money on
Ringside Rebel says, can we just stop pretending and talk about Mr. Iguana? Screw Monday Night Raw. We're just going to talk about Mr. Iguana all day long.
Next week here on Raw. The winner, of course, will move to the semifinals. The winner from Raw, the winner from SmackDown will meet in the finals at Night of Champions in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, 2 weeks from Saturday. And remember, Wade, the prize that the winner of the Queen of the Ring gets, an opportunity to take on their respective brands' world champion at SummerSlam.
You get a great crown, you get a great...
All right, here we go, guys. This should be some good women's wrestling right now. Come on.
One of the big ones.
All right, let's see what we get out of this.
Last year, she went on to SummerSlam to beat Bayley.
Oh, I love how Rhea and Liv found themselves. Liv has like beef with everyone in this match.
Disqualifications, no countouts. So Roxanne Perez helping Liv Morgan out early in this matchup.
History, of course, between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez really saved the bacon of Morgan there, as Ripley like to snatch all her hair off her head.
Kairi Sane, who last couple of weeks have knocked off both Raquel Perez and Liv Morgan. Been on a mini roll here in WWE.
Also, shout out to WrestleMania who's in the building. Good name, WrestleMania. We also got Carlton Lime back in here. We got Lee in here. Who else do we got? Mr. Know-It-All. We got Eric Diaz with the little iguana emojis. So funny.
Oh, and Rhea caught her. Again, the first ever Queen of the Ring back in 2021, the current United States champion. Over on SmackDown, Zelina Vega. Covered now by Rhea Ripley. Shoulders down, kick out by Kairi at 2.
Rhea Ripley just always looks invincible, but as we saw at Money in the Bank...
That was one of my favorite things about Money in the Bank, too, is how many of those confrontations involved Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley was, like, beefing it with everybody in that match. She had moments with just about all the girls in there, which I thought was very, very cool.
CrossFit workout by Rhea Ripley. You don't get that in CrossFit, though, do you?
Cover now by Sane. Will she be the one to advance?
Shout out to Brandon Sandman.
Kick out by Rhea.
Got Rhea Ripley alone in the ring. 2 opponents on the outside. Now's the time to make it count. With the power of Rhea Ripley.
Ooh, just kind of...
It ain't that easy.
They're shoving Kairi to the mat. Here's the speed of Kairi.
Kairi's also been non-stop too ever since she came back. She's been having matches every single week.
Ripley keep moving, and right now it's 3-on-1 against Rhea Ripley, and that is a great strategy.
And Liv Morgan caught Kairi Sane with a running knee. What about the history between Rhea and Liv?
Oh, she's just like choking her.
Roxanne Perez, look at coming to the aid once again of Morgan. Yeah, it is every woman for herself, but
oh, they changed the Prime bottle colors. I just noticed it. I've been used to the blue one that they have for Prime.
Looking for Riptide on Morgan.
Dropping the big ball.
And Perez this time with a chop block to the back of the knee.
Perez has to be trying her best to earn her way into Liv Morgan's good graces.
Iman Lopez says Mr. Iguana should be in the King of the Ring tournament.
And now Morgan, code breaker, and Roxanne Perez drops Rhea Ripley on the back of her head, and maybe Liv beginning to understand that
Liv
I can work with Roxanne and turn this into a one-on-one match.
Makeup on her nose, or she has like a little bit of a.
Right from the off.
I'm not sure what she has on her nose.
Caught by Perez and Morgan.
Because it doesn't look like blood, or maybe it is. I don't know.
Together, isn't it, Michael Cole?
Maybe Liv should let her in the
Oh dear.
Kairi Sane is
Rhea caught Kairi
Ripley
very, very
outside
nicely
the
there.
Fatal four-way continues in the Queen of the
To
Ring.
Ellie says King Iguana. Yes, King Iguana for sure. Jay Grouse 9 says King Iguana or Riot. So
Zayn and
funny.
Rhea Ripley have been taken out as Perez
I'm
and
so
Liv have
happy
been
for
working
Mr.
together.
Iguana. And then the fact that he also got to appear at Money in the Bank, like sitting down at ringside, I thought that was cool.
And then it's down to 2. How you decide from
Let me
there
see.
is
We
quite
got
the question.
Dan Bridgman here who says, wait,
Into
Pat
the
isn't on
barricade
commentary.
goes
Awesome.
Ripley. And again, this is great strategy.
I like
Take
Pat
out the
McAfee on
powerhouse
commentary, but I
and
know a lot
perhaps
of
the
people
favorite
don't
of
really
many,
feel
Rhea Ripley.
that great about him. We got CJ here. Thank you, Dan. We got CJ here who says the winner getting a title match. I think Rhea wins predictably. Boring, but that's got Triple H all over EO's title reign. Booking deals fumbled already. Well, let's give it a let's see how it turns out. I mean, look, if Rhea wins, I don't think that's boring. I think Rhea is a massive star. And I know that some people may feel like, you know, bored or whatever, but Rhea's a star, dude. And like, I'm not bored of Rhea. I love Rhea. So I want to keep seeing her like mix it in there with like, for example, just even seeing her right now in this matchup, mixing it in with Roxanne and Liv and Kairi. Like, that's fun. And look at the reaction she got when she was confronting Stephanie McCare backstage on Raw last week. Like, you don't get that with just anybody. It happens with Rhea Ripley. So I would be cool if Rhea did win.
She's a 4-time.
Thank you, CJ. We got John Taylor here who says between Stephanie McCare at Money in the Bank, Roxanne Perez, and Mr. Iguana, I think I'm starting to love the color green like Mr. and Mrs. Denise. I do love the color green. It's also just overall a good color. I've always been a fan of green. Like all versions of it too. Like nice dark green, a leafy green.
When she first got to NXT, it took
all of the greens. Thank you, John.
This industry to completely change her personality. Oh my, all
right, we're 1 minute left, and then we're back from commercial break.
So that's what happened to you.
Hey, shout out to Iconic Tommy 24. Thank you so much for the kind comment.
Now, really taking it to Rhea.
Let me go through some more. We got Alan here who says Roxanne and Liv working very well. Yeah, they're both very good. Bowie Best says put some respect on Pat's name. Lindsay White says where's Pat this week? I'm not sure, Lindsay. Actually, I don't know. I'm guessing maybe he probably had something else going on. Probably with like, he has like a million things going on. Mike Parker Collect says, don't be surprised if Roxanne steals a win here. If she ends up stealing a win from Liv Morgan, that would be sick, actually. I mean, Liv Morgan didn't want to work with her. Maybe she'll regret saying that if Roxanne finds a way to actually get a win. Thank you, Mike. All right, and we're back from the commercial break.
The story of this fatal four-way has been the fact that Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez have been able to work together to neutralize Rhea Ripley. But now Kairi Sane is starting to fight back in this match.
Yeah, that's part of the issue. You focus so much offense on the biggest threat, which of course is Rhea bloody Ripley.
Shout out to Shubo1 for joining. We also got Ringside Rebel. Says if Iguana isn't in the dark match tonight, he'll be on TV. So funny.
Into the cover, first woman to gain pinfall or submission. Roxanne Perez saves the matchup not only for Liv, but for herself as well.
Yeah, of course, that wasn't quite as benevolent as it may have looked. Of course, Roxanne Perez would have been out of the tournament too, had that been a 3 count.
Roxanne, and Rhea Ripley back into the match.
Shot to the gut.
Liv Morgan, though, takes advantage.
Ripley stumbling, but still not quite down and out.
Nice.
Code breaker, springboard code breaker for Liv Morgan. Cover now. And Kairi Sane breaks things up. And
This has been a
before
fight,
matches,
guys.
it's so hard
Between all
to
these
build
4
any
girls,
type of
it's
momentum.
been a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to clear out as many opponents as you can and focus on one. I'll say this, Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez have done a great job of clearing out Rhea Bloody Ripley, who hasn't had a chance to dominate so far. But you get the sense we're perhaps closing in on a grand finale here. And it looks like it's Kairi Sane who's going to pull it off.
Yeah, Kairi Sane headed up the top rope looking for the insane elbow.
Back Tiger
Meanwhile,
Claw
Liv
Gaming
Morgan
says,
this
women
time
are money. Coined here. Y'all know it.
receiving
Y'all know
Roxanne
it.
Perez.
Well, you do not want to taste that elbow. Stop that at all costs.
Shovel says,
And now
thank
we're
you for
getting a
pronouncing my
rope
last name
brawl,
right.
which
All of the other
again,
just
Kairi
watch
Sane
like
was
a
looking
bad rest.
all the better for.
No, I mess up so many
Liv Morgan
people's
stunned
names
once
all
again,
the time.
Looking for double team
All
help
the
from
time. I try
Roxanne
not
Perez.
to, but sometimes
We are
it just
seeing
happens
the
that
bond
way.
between Perez
I always
and
feel bad when I
Morgan
do,
grow
though.
As the seconds tick by here.
Top
Or
rope
sometimes
now.
I'll forget how I pronounced it the first time
Meanwhile, here's
and then
Rhea
pronounce
Ripley.
it differently the
Just
second
way too
time.
long up there on the ropes.
The Eradicator.
Oh, I love how
Kairi
Kairi just waved. She was like, bye,
Double
everyone.
powerbomb.
Kairi Sane from the top. That flying forearm cover now for the win on Ripley. Kick out by Rhea.
Bodies are dropping.
I mean,
and
they
that
wouldn't
really
surprise us
felt
if, like,
the
Kairi
moment
won.
for
I would be
Kairi
very
Sane with
surprised.
Perez and Liv Morgan down and out. And
Kyrie's
this is
fun to
why
watch,
this
but I'm not expecting her to win, though.
single-armed
So they would
powerbomb
surprise
times
me if it
two
did
for
go that
Rhea
direction.
Ripley. And this flying forearm to the jaw
John
from
Taylor
Kairi
says,
Sane
shall I
just
gift
when
memberships
the
to
defenses
celebrate
were down,
11 months?
Just about enough left.
I can't answer that. I'll let the
Rhea
people. Oh,
Ripley.
I didn't even have a chance to answer that.
So
John
that
was like,
crowd
I'm
tonight
ready
of
to go.
14,361
John just gifted 20
in Phoenix,
DWO
Arizona, capping off what's
memberships.
been an
Holy
incredible
cow.
weekend for
John,
WWE
thank you
as
so
Kairi
much,
Sane
man.
and Rhea Ripley
I
slug
hope
things
some of
out.
you guys
Fatal
ended up
four-way
getting
match
some.
to
I don't know
determine who
how
goes to the
YouTube
semifinals to the
distributes,
Queen of the
but
Ring
if
tournament.
you got one,
This is a Rhea
whoop,
Ripley
whoop.
has taken so much abuse already
Thank
in
you,
this
John.
matchup. Kairi Sane, much less than that.
And Kairi with the backhand blocked by Rhea. Kairi now picking the leg of Rhea Ripley. Right to the back of the neck.
Got to use technique.
Kairi's
against a
still
powerful
just
athlete like Ripley.
And here, oh, Kairi Sane pulling out all the stops. Innovative offense by Sane. Cover now. And Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez.
I'm really
save the
enjoying
matchup, breaking
this
things
matchup so
That
far.
right there felt like a window closing for Kairi Sane and Rhea Bloody Ripley. You had your chance to win. That chance is over now.
And again, this double team taking out Ripley. And a kick right to the face by Perez.
Liv Morgan with blood streaming from her nose. Such are the stakes here tonight. The desire to
Ooh,
qualify to the
Jesus.
next round.
Oh, backstabber.
Kyrie
of
just
this
got like
tournament.
a brutal super kick from Roxanne,
An homage
backstabber
to
from
Toledo there
Liv.
Kyrie
She was
sent
just
out of
getting
the
it
ring.
in all directions.
And now
Damn.
Morgan and
Oh, a little
Roxanne
bit of teamwork there with Liv and
congratulating one another.
Roxanne. Let's see how long it
Rhea
lasts.
Ripley, though, has risen from
Rhea's
the
here to
ashes.
ruin that little
And
fiesta
Mommy
that
is
they had
ticked
going.
off.
Feels like, nah,
And
y'all
Ripley
think you're
with a couple
cool?
of clotheslines. And wait, you can hear the rumbling in this place.
Yeah, and Rhea Ripley has that effect on arenas around the world where Mommy has this look in her eye. 2-on-1 just doesn't cut it anymore.
Oh, dang.
Roxanne Perez.
Rox,
gonna go
Rhea
for a
was
run
like,
for the fall away slam.
dang, I can't
Kairi
even keep
Sane,
up with all the action,
Top
guys.
rope. Rhea ducks out of harm's way. Ripley with a big boot.
Ripley taking no chances
Headbutt.
now. She's come unglued. She's dropping falls left and right.
Went
Woo,
for
she
oblivion.
blocked it,
and
she blocked
Rhea
it.
able to block.
Power
I think
wins
Rhea's about
in
to.
the end.
I think Rhea's
And
about to get
Ripley
this
gonna
win.
make Morgan pay. with
I
a
think this is
riptide.
it right here.
Rhea
One,
gonna
two.
do a quick
No.
one.
Oh, I forgot about Raquel.
Raquel
Was she
Rodriguez
out there
wins.
the
She
whole
comes from
time? I literally did not
this
notice her at
fatal
all
four-way
during
no
this matchup.
disqualifications.
Oh, I love Raquel's shirt.
Oh, so much history between these two.
Yeah, oh yeah,
especially
that's
from the
right.
NXT
Rhea and
days.
Raquel have a lot of history
Don't look
too from
away.
the
And
NXT
now
days.
Kairi Sane from the top.
They revisited it. That was cool. They revisited it a little bit on Raw, but not too much though. It's mainly like an NXT thing. Oh shit! What if Kairi wins this?
Well, she's going to now. Liv Morgan still down and out from the riptide. Kairi Sane is going to
go. Got Lee here who says, "I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be Roxanne." Let's see. Oh, insane elbow. Nobody else is around. 1, 2. Oh wait, never mind. There's Roxanne. Oh, she's gonna steal it. 1, 2, 3. She did. She took Kairi's victory there. And you know, Liv is gonna be mad regardless, even though Liv was down the entire time.
Are you kidding me?
Roxanne Perez. She is advancing in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Get it, girl. Get it. So cute. Get it, Roxanne. Woo. That was a fun matchup. Let me see the updated bracket. All right, cool. Now I can post this.
Kairi Sane hit an insane elbow.
That was fun. That was very fun.
Roxanne Perez would save Liv
And Lee, where's Lee? Lee right now should be taking a victory lap because he was the one that was like, Roxanne is definitely winning. Lee, send us a little running emoji in the chat so that we all know you're doing the victory lap. Yes, Sarah, I agree. It's going to build tension between Liv and Roxanne. That's a fact. Lee's like, yes! So good. So good. All right, well, that changes a lot right now. Let me just I'm going to upload the bracket right now. Roxanne Perez.
Super smart. I mean,
Advances.
when you're that young and that new to this industry, you shouldn't have
the Queen
the fact that Roxanne Perez
of the Ring
so early,
tournament. Here is the updated bracket.
WWE acquired the Lucha Libre promotion from Mexico known as AAA. The first big event was this past Saturday.
Your
Worlds
pick?
Collide.
Next. Post. All right, guys. Sorry, I just wanted to post that on Facebook really quickly. Dude, I'm still stoked about the seats I had. The only difference I would have made in the seats that I chose is I wouldn't have sat 13th row because I missed some of the action from being so far and being so short. So I feel like next time, if I did like floor seats, I gotta stick to like being like in the first, like, I don't know, 5 rows maybe. Because by the time you get to the 13th row, you gotta keep standing up because you can't see shit. And then you can't stand up if no one else is standing up. Because then you'll block the person behind you, so you got to wait for everybody to stand up together. It's a whole thing.
Becky Lynch is here.
All right, let me see what everyone here is saying.
Didn't look good with A-Town down under.
We got CJ here who says, yes, come on, Rox. Glad I was wrong. Fair play, Triple H. Hell yeah, CJ. Oh, that's right, because you didn't want Rhea to win. So there you go. There you go. You were wrong. Yeah, but in a good way. Thanks, CJ. Although I do like Rhea, so you know. Yeah. I do like her a whole lot. Clown here says my wife has the same problem. She's 4'8". The moment people stand, her view is gone. Yeah, for sure. But it was great for the it was really great for the entrances. Like I saw everybody perfectly. I was like, wow. When Rey Mysterio came out, I noticed the facial hair right away. I noticed just a bunch of little details that I've never really noticed about talent before. Like when they come out, and because, you know, usually I'm a lot further away, and even if I do interviews, they're never in their gear. They're always in regular clothes. So it was one of those experiences that I was just, I was glad that I was really, really glad that I got the tickets. I was really glad that I decided to go last minute. It was very fun. And Yeah, Lola Vice's entrance was really great. She was like total babe when she came out. Stephanie McCare, total babe when she came out. I got to see everybody's like gear up close. I thought that was cool because you get to see all of the little details in their gear. That was nice. I like seeing how people look when they walk down the ramp, you know, like what facial expressions are they making. I love seeing the production guys because, dude, like you should see these guys. Like we've seen it on TV where they're like running, you know, because they got to do something. Oh, that was so much fun. I love seeing them work. Very, very fun. Very, very fun. All right, we got Christopher Marino here who says, I got Jade winning it all. Face Tiffany at SummerSlam for Naomi to cash in during the match to screw Jade over even more. See, I thought that that would happen over at, my original prediction was that that was going to happen at Evolution. That at Evolution we would see Naomi cash in on Tiffany, and I was thinking like Tiffany would either be facing Jade or she would be facing Bianca in order to make it like, you know, a bigger deal for that whole story that Naomi is in. But yeah, I am expecting a Naomi cash in obviously at some point. Duh, she's the Money in the Bank holder. Clearly she's gonna cash in, but I don't think we'll go past SummerSlam. I think she'll cash in before SummerSlam. Is what I wanted to say. Thank you, Christopher Marino. All right, let me go through a couple more comments here. See what everyone is saying. We got Sven Big who says a lot of wrestlers in the Slim Jim commercial. Yeah, I like the variety for sure. Lee says, what if Naomi cashes in on Io? It would be unexpected. I think everyone's expecting her to cash in on Tiffany. Let's see. Back to the night, Seth Rollins joined CM Punk as the only male WWE superstar to win the Money in the Bank ladder match twice. Okay, that's a fun little fact. Usually I always shit on the facts.
Well, he's the world heavyweight champion, main event. Jey
All right,
Uso
let me go through some more comments, guys. Shout out to Robert Brosnia. Thank you so much for tuning in, dude. If you haven't gotten a shout out and you've been in here, can you please let me know? Because I really do try to shout everybody out as much as I can, especially during the down parts of the show. So please do let me know if you haven't gotten a shout out. Just be like, hey, Denise, I'm here, bro, or something. Say anything.
Tires also starring.
All right, we got SDS. What's up, SDS? He says, Triple A announced they made a four-way tag team match with two teams from Triple A, one team from WWE, and one team from TNA. Hey, yo, did they just announce that? Because I hadn't seen that. We got Wrestling It Factor Radio. What's up, dude? Says, Denise, are you the same height of Rey Mysterio, like 5'2", but it crowds and stuff? No, I'm 5 feet. So
right here,
Rey
in Arizona.
When I interviewed Rey last time for WrestleMania, I was taller than him, but I had big shoes on. Actually, let's see what Nikki Bella says. I'll come back to this. Thank you so much, dude.
My sister and I started.
All right, let's see what they got with Nikki. Feel like they're bringing her back right now for, I'm assuming, as we make headway to Evolution. Nikki Bella is so beautiful in person, by the way. I've seen her in person a couple of times, and I feel like she's gotten just more beautiful as the years have gone by. I saw her. She and I stayed at the same hotel in Indianapolis for Royal Rumble. I actually knew I had seen her because she and I arrived to the hotel around the same time, and I saw Nikki, and I'm like, oh, like she's probably gonna be in the matchup. And yeah, she's just so pretty. All right, is she gonna appear? Oh, there she is.
I love this so much. Well, Maxine, I just think it's so nice to meet you. I love you. Let's catch up more later, okay? Text me in 5 minutes. Okay, for sure. Come on, Nat.
Who's she gonna run into?
Are you okay?
Oh, Io. Oh, Kairi didn't seem like she wanted to talk to
I
her.
just want to introduce myself. I'm Nikki Bella. Yeah, nice to meet you. And you know, I just want to say I respect you so much, how you represent the women's division and also how you represent yourself being the women's world champion.
Oh, thank you, Nikki. You paved the way for us.
Oh.
It's great to meet you.
Oh my gosh, you too. Thank you.
It's kind of cool seeing her interact with all of these women we've never seen her interact with before. Io looks starstruck. She's like, oh my God, Nikki Bella.
Well, despite what you may think about her,
Oh
here
yeah, so I
comes
saw
a
Nikki Bella
another
at the airport
trailblazer
too.
in the
And she
women's
just looked,
division.
my God, I was just like, wow, she's just so gorgeous. Like, you know, like just so gorgeous. I wanted to stare, but I didn't. So I looked, and then I looked away so I wouldn't look like I had a staring problem. You know? I don't want to be that person. So funny. All right, so yeah, Wrestling It Factor
We should
Radio.
preface it by saying
I wore
it was a controversial
like 2 3-inch
victory by
heels
Becky Lynch
or
over
boot
Lyra
platforms when I
Valkyria this
interviewed
past
Ray.
Saturday at Money
So
in
I
the
feel
Bank.
like maybe
Becky with a
Ray,
handful of tights as she defeated Lyra.
I
And then
think
that
without shoes
disgusting
is
display
me without
of
shoes is probably
sportsmanship after the match by Becky Lynch.
What?
I feel like me
What
without
are you talking
shoes
about?
is
First of all,
probably
there was no
around
clear
the
shot
exact
of
same
this
height as
alleged
Rey
handful of
Mysterio.
tights that you keep banging on about.
Thank you, Wrestling
All
and
I
Factor.
saw
Hope
was
that
a
helps.
quick pin
John Taylor
from
says,
Becky
friendly
Lynch
reminder
to
that Maurice does
capture
the
the
best
goal.
Nikki
And
cosplay.
secondly, if there was a
You know,
disgusting
Maurice is
display of
awesome, by the way, so shout out to
sportsmanship,
Maurice.
as you
I
put
remember
it,
I
it
used to
came
just
from Lyra
really like her
Valkyria,
back in the day. I've always liked
who
Maurice.
jumped the champ
Good shout out, John. All right, we got Becky Lynch
Uh.
promo. Let's see what she's got to say after she defeated Lyra Valkyria and also won the Intercontinental Championship.
What? No, you deserve it, Chance?
No, you deserve a chance.
I don't need you to tell me that I deserve it because I know I do. Now, I should be out here celebrating after my incredible victory on Saturday, because do you know how many opportunities there are for me to celebrate something new after everything that I've done in my career?
I love that she's leaning into everything that the fans hate about
winning
her.
Every other title multiple times, Royal Rumble winner, Elimination Chamber winner, first woman to win the main event of WrestleMania, New York Times best-selling author.
I read her book. It was great.
And now, Intercontinental Women's Champion. So this should be an opportunity to celebrate because this title is meant to be about opportunities. But the greatest opportunity this title ever got was when I won it.
The best opportunity the title got.
Welcome to the big time Intercontinental Championship.
The journey for the Intercontinental Championship has definitely been better than the journey of the United States Championship.
Simply because I am your owner. I should be happy. I should have spent the weekend celebrating with my hot husband and my beautiful child.
I love that Seth Rollins is now just hot husband.
But no.
Hey, that's good. Good for Becky.
But no, because of that disingenuous integrity list, shame to my hometown bird lady.
Bird lady.
Valkyria ruined everything.
Bird lady. Instead of Bird Box on Netflix, they should make Bird Lady.
She was so enraged when I won on Saturday. So upset that I proved once and for all I am the better woman. That she raised my hand so aggressively, even though that was the deal. That was the deal that she agreed to. She raised it so aggressively, I thought she dislocated my shoulder.
Oh my God, Becky.
And so, as the bigger person that I am, I tried to extend an olive branch. I said, let's put this tiff behind us. And I politely asked her to please help me. Now that you have hurt my shoulder, please help me put this on my waist. But she lost it. She went crazy. She tried to kill me.
I love this. Becky's now delusional.
And so I'm gonna ask this crazy bird lady to come out here.
Crazy bird lady?
And to do two things. One, to apologize.
Usually it's like crazy
to
cat
me,
lady, but now it's crazy bird
and
lady.
two, to raise my hand again, but this time raise it right.
No, she's making her do it
Obviously, Becky
again.
is a best-selling.
Lyra is under
come
no
on out here.
obligation to do it again, by the way.
All right, Here
does
we
not
go.
have to do this
Sour
again.
Grapes McGee is heading out here.
Bo said Batman and Bird Lady.
In your life, William
You got that crazy look in your eyes again. Hey,
Infamous DJ once says Becky's solid man. Her nagging is great.
You're gonna apologize to me, okay? You're gonna apologize. You're gonna.
Oh, finally! Bailey!
Oh my God!
Who I was
Bailey's here!
Oh no!
Bailey ambushing Becky Lynch and
Finally!
taking it out on Lynch.
Finally! Why didn't she come yesterday?
Bailey's lost her damn mind.
Remember, Becky Lynch admitted to attacking Bailey
Lyra!
before WrestleMania.
Get her, she called you Bird Lady. Oh, she threw her back into Bailey. That's good.
It rains, it pours, doesn't it, Becky Lynch?
And Bailey went for the Rose Plan, and Becky Lynch.
Okay, I'm so glad that Bailey is finally back and that she finally went after Becky Lynch.
Celebration for
I
the
really,
new
really wish this would have happened
Women's
yesterday at
Intercontinental
Money in the
Champion,
Bank.
and it's been ruined,
I don't know why
first of all,
Lyra's
by
acting
Lyra
confused.
Valkyria, and then even more so.
Lyra
by
should not be
Bayley.
acting confused whatsoever by this, by the way.
Lynch not only did to Lyra embarrassing and
Because she
humiliating
knows
her
very well
this past Saturday
why
at Money in the Bank,
why
but
Bailey
let's
is
not forget
attacking.
what Becky did to Bailey. She took
Why
her out
she's
of
attacking
WrestleMania.
Becky
She
Lynch,
admitted to
okay?
attacking her.
She
Plus
knows
her
it for a
response to
fact.
shows. How can you defend that?
I'm not defending that, but there is a time and a place to deal with issues like that. And what Bailey just did was absolutely disgraceful in your part. Oh, God.
Oh, here we go.
Wait a second.
Here we go. Let's do this. We got Ron Killings, and he looks mad, as he should. Everything he's been through.
Don't let nobody tell you that you don't matter.
Okay.
Don't let nobody tell you that your voice doesn't matter.
Which is literally what John just did earlier today. So good, good.
They heard, they listened, they felt, and they understood.
Oh, we know what you're talking about.
I am back because of y'all.
Yes! The people got the power.
Y'all brought our truth back. We want truth. Y'all got our truth. We won. Our truth is back for all of you. Every last one of you. But our truth is back. I'm back for me too. You see, not only did y'all bring truth back, you got me. Now, we all love our truth. I love our truth too. But our truth can be too funny all the time. Our truth can be too nice. And he's too forgiving. Not me. I wish you would.
Yes.
I feel different. I feel alive. And for any of you that thinks I'm a lie, you think I'm some sideshow act?
John
You think I'm
Cena.
a gimmick?
John Cena. He's got scissors. What's he gonna cut?
Oh my
His
God.
hair! Oh, okay. I don't know what to say. I was expecting him to come out and cut his hair.
Our truth The truth has set me free.
Nice. All right. Hey.
I am Ron Killings.
Oh, that's cool.
I am the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
Now put some respect on my name.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. The freaking fire, the way that he said that, put some truth and some respect to my name. Dude. That was some fire right there, man. Some straight up freaking heat right there from Ron Killings.
What's up, dog? Hey, I just wanted to ask you.
All right, we got the Judgment Day now.
A little bit strange.
Sorry, I'm still recovering from the Ron Killings stuff because the way that he closed that out was like completely unexpected. Like in terms of like the cutting of the hair, not the name, because we knew that was happening.
You upset? Upset? Of course I'm not upset. I'm rooting for you, mate. You're gonna do great. Cool. Yeah. Why would you be upset? You're gonna win the King of the Ring, and we're gonna go after the tag team titles, right? Exactly. Everything's working out perfectly.
I thought he was about to say everything's working out peachy keen.
Let her know. Let her know.
Good job.
Thank you.
Let her know.
Oh, a nice little fist bump.
Yeah, I watched. It was pretty good.
Pretty good. Oh, Dom looks like he's nervous to talk. Oh no, Liv heard
What's
him
everyone
say
celebrating?
she did a good job.
I
Which she did, you know.
Yeah, no one should be celebrating a theme.
Liv, I helped you out. I stopped Kairi from pinning you.
Ooh, you done messed with the wrong girl now, Roxy.
Congrats, Sam.
Hey, don't worry about her. She'd be fine.
Awkward.
Yeah, I got a match, but I'm gonna.
Oh, bad timing for
no.
Dom. Oh my gosh, guys. All right, there's a lot that's happening here at the moment. So give me a second, and then we're gonna go ahead and catch up on. I want to read your guys' thoughts on what you guys thought about Ron Killings' promo, because I thought that was really, really well done. Like, just the shifting of you can really feel the difference between ha-ha, funny, R-Truth, and then deadpan, dead serious. I even caught from the more serious vibes from Ron Killings. Like, that was freaking cool. All right, so let's see, guys. Send in your thoughts. What did you guys think about Ron Killings' promo?
The man who has taken the world by
Let me go through your guys' comments. I'm scrolling back here.
To advance in the King of the Ring.
We got Short King the Goat here who says, Ron, the whole effing truth killing. Spike TV says, now that's what I call a promo. Christopher Marino says that was pure fire. Marty Kai says promo of the year. Hey, dude, it meant a lot, man. So, like, if you want to put it up there, I can see that happening. We got Davion Washington who says Ron ain't playing no more. We got Austin Wright who says Ron, the truth killing. SES says R-Truth is dead and Ron Killings is alive. You know what I was thinking about? Because you guys know me, I'm a Taylor Swift fan. When Taylor Swift in Look What You Made Me Do says that she can't come to the phone right now because the old Taylor's dead. That's kind of how I felt what R-Truth did. He killed R-Truth, and then, now he's Ron Killings once again. Let's see what else we got. We got Joseph Boza who says, rumors are true. He wanted to be Ron, the truth killing, so it'd be easier for him to get. No, I don't know about that, but we'll come back to that in a second. Let me see what else we got here. We got Charles says, that was well done. Keon Davis says, I agree with Ron. John Harris says, promo of the year. Don says, one of the best promos he has ever done. We got Henry Freeman who says, Ron Killings in the house. And let me read some more comments, see what y'all thought about it. We got Infamous DJ1 here who says, excellent promo by Killings.
Because I haven't seen Penta cheat yet.
The guy Christopher Snow says Ron's killing it. Manuel says amazing promo. Let's see. Vic Economics says Ron Killings needs to start smoking inside arenas again. Kevin Zaki Moore says, oh my god, that promo was goated, man. Love it. Felt like there was just a lot of, I hate to use the same words, but there was a lot of truth to that, I think. I mean, come on, like, shit. Imagine being told, like, you're being released, bruh. and then you get called back. Like, think about being in a situation like that. Frank here says it's gonna take a minute to get used to Ron Killings, but that was lit. Kevin Simpson says brilliant promo. Eric Diaz says the truth will set you free. Let's see. We got Melissa Cabello says he's not going to be funny, our truth. He's going to be serious, Ron. And I'm glad that he's doing that because I think that will allow him to do a lot more than just be, like what John Cena said, a side act comedy, something like that. We got Charles Boschal here who says 10 out of 10. Sarah says beyond fire. Icy says he's a changed man. Super Pro says great promo. Austin Wright says brought back his TNA gives WWE. Lee says Ron Killings better watch out. Mandy Rose going to talk about him on her podcast page. She stole my line. Aww. We got Dan Bridgman here who says Ron cuts his hair. It's fine. I cut mine. I'm a weirdo. You know, like when he cut his hair off like that, it gave me like Psycho vibes. Like, oh shit, like dude's crazy now. Anybody who just cuts their hair just all crazy like that, people are gonna look at you and be like, yo, you're alright, bro? But it was just, it felt just very, very significant. So that was very cool. Dan Bridgman, thank you so much for the super chat here. Let me go through some more comments. We got Carlton Linebacker says, and the truth has set you free. Malcolm Kobe says, him cutting the dreads had me stunned a lot. I was not expecting that. When I saw him take out the scissors, it crossed my mind that that's what he was going to do, but I wasn't entirely too sure. Oh wait, Mr. Iguana is getting a video package.
First opportunity to get eyes on Mr. Iguana, perhaps the most unique athlete in the
He's getting a whole last hype video.
Mr. Iguana reminding
nice.
he is an athlete to be taken seriously. Even if he does have an
dude, talk about making the most out of an opportunity. A whole ass hype video, guys. And the crowd was chanting for him too.
In the future,
thumbs up.
see...
Malcolm Kobe says him cutting the dreads had me stunned a lot. Oh, I read that. I'm sorry.
King of the Ring. This is an all-out assault on both recognized world championships. Whether we take those by victory or we take them...
Don't just compete. Dominate.
Absolute power.
I really like Seth in green, by the way. That may be his color. We got Chaos by Design who says, as a former dreadhead, cutting the dreads was very significant. Welcome back, Ron. Brandon here says, Ron Killings shall set us free. Let's see. Tanisha Hicks says that promo was so good. Sheldon Jackson says, Ron the Truth Killings, the first black NWA World Heavyweight Champion 2 times. Thank you, Sheldon. We got Terrence Matthews here who says, finally, I've missed Ron the Truth Killings from his TNA days. Let's see what we have here. Hey, what's up, Jay Hunch? We got WrestleMania here who says, cutting the hair and killing the promo. Let's go, Ron. Maxwell here says, Ron Killing's promo was on fire. Let me see.
Sami Zayn.
Kyle. It was so good. I'm cutting my hair right now. Ben Vic says, Rip Lil Jimmy. Aww. Tracy Laurie says, Ron Killings went savage. Tracy here says, that was fantastic. He transformed right in front of our eyes. Yes, Tracy. Yes, that's how I felt too. It's like a switch. It was like, literally, you killed your old self and you're bringing back your true self and your side yourself.
Get yourself
that made any sense.
UFC
What I just said. Let me go through some more comments. Samuel Muscle says that shit was crazy. All right, and we got... And we got a super chat here from John. John, thank you so much, man. He says, next time Reg calls you DD, Denise grabs scissors. I'm not a gimmick. I'm not DD. I'm not Lisa. The truth will set you free. I'm Denise Salcedo. Fatu, acknowledge me. Cuts a heart around a picture of Taylor Swift. Yeah, I'm about to bust a Mulan. I was actually just telling Alex yesterday that Mulan is my favorite Disney princess. And one of my favorite parts is when she cuts off her hair and she transforms herself into a man to save her father. Oh, such a good movie, by the way. Anyway, so when I think of anyone cutting their own hair, it always takes me back to that scene from Mulan. Anyways, John, thank you so much, man, for the super chat and the consistent support, dude. Ah, Mr. Rosal, that's very cool. He says, I've stopped watching Netflix and just listened to Denise. Thank you. I'm going to be, hopefully, the Miss Rachel of wrestling. Actually, I don't think I could ever do what Miss Rachel does. Miss Rachel is like hypnotizing babies. I'm going to try to hypnotize wrestling fans and be like, huh?
The ring.
The
very first king of the ring back in 1985.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm moving on. I don't know what I'm saying. All right, let me go through some more comments here.
For your career.
Catch up. Everyone's popping for Mr. Iguana.
12 are now
love it, love it. Everyone's popping for him.
The ring tournament on 2 different occasions, and of course, Wade.
We got Corey Parker here who says, Ron Killings promo. Loves lit. He's glad I didn't miss that. How they're doing. Corey, I gotta tell you, this Raw has been really. I had a feeling, by the way, when King of the Ring first tournament match just started. I had a feeling this Raw was going to be good just based off of everything that had been announced, but I think it's definitely maybe even exceeded my expectations so far. Again, that Ron Killings promo was just, like Tracy said, we saw him transform before our eyes. And seeing John Cena and CM Punk today, I wasn't expecting to see a confrontation between them today. I really wasn't. I was hoping for it, but I didn't think it was happening today. Oh man, Bron just turned, Dominik inside out. Bron's doing this.
Yeah, what a
he looks like me when I'm trying to get water out of my ears. You get water in your ears and you're like, that was Bron Breakker right now. If you missed that, go back and rewind it. Anyway, so yeah, dude, that was sick fire getting to see that. So I just feel like so far I'm doing good. I think I really needed a good episode of Raw. Very, very happy with Raw today. Corey, thank you so much as always for the love, man, and I hope you had a good weekend.
Winners historically, and this year is going to be no different. Really can push your career.
We need a Mr. Iguana interview. Bro, I've been trying, man. I've been trying, guys. I'm constantly trying to get like interviews and shit in English and Spanish, bro. I always make an effort for it, but damn, bro, sometimes it just be hard. But I'm gonna, you know what? Maybe if I'm more specific.
The scene here in WWE.
I'll try again. All right, I gotta keep shooting my shot, guys. Gotta keep shooting them. Thank you, SES.
Started, but here comes Penta. They have a history, these two, as well.
Shout out to Andy Nerschel. Good to see you here.
Before Breakker went to the, well, some people would say, the dark side, and what a belly-to-belly throw.
Shout out to Conception, Joshua Bones, Mike Riggs. Good to see you. Hey, we got Leo Poroy. What's up, Leo?
Potential is obvious, but you need a little catalyst to send that potential to a new level, and that catalyst is Paul Heyman.
We also got John Taylor here who says, Miss Denise equals not for the kids, especially on stream with Reg. Yeah, polar opposite of Miss Rachel.
2 weeks from Saturday.
I can't be Miss Rachel.
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
But I sure as hell like Miss Rachel's paycheck, bro. She getting those YouTube numbers. She getting that YouTube ad revenue, bro. She's a full-on millionaire, and she's only going to continue to grow. Like, I'm pretty sure she's going to get, like, all these, like, endorsements and shit and products and things for babies and who knows what else. Thank you, John. Young Citrus says, can I get a Miss Salcedo shirt? It's so funny.
It's so hard to pick a favorite. My favorite in this match, of course, Bron Breakker, given the physical gifts.
I was so curious about Miss Rachel. I went and watched one of her little videos because I'm like, I want to see like why the babies love her so much. And I watched it, and she had some cute little songs, and I was like, all right.
On Mysterio.
I even kind of started singing some of them. I get it. I get it. That was a baby. I would have so been into Miss Rachel. Melissa Cabello says, Denise, do you think Triple H is happy Ron is back? I don't know. I can't really speak for him. He looked fine at the press conference. He didn't look upset about it. I know that people weren't thrilled with his answer at the press conference, but I couldn't really tell if he was happy about it or upset about it or what. I can't really tell you honestly. I really can't. But he knew that was what the conversation was going to be about. Whether or not, look, here's the deal: like whether or not R-Truth came back at Money in the Bank, he was going to be asked about it regardless at that press conference.
Most of this fatal four-way match.
Regardless.
Got a little cocky.
Melissa Cabello, thank you so much for the super chat.
Penta starting to take control.
John Taylor says, time to ditch you for the Angels baseball game. Ironically, tonight against the A's, just for cash talk. My Angels, I'll know better. Haha, JK, have a great night. ZWO. But right now, I am not supporting the A's ever since they had to. They took them out of Oakland, and we don't like their owner. So, unfortunately, today I cannot support the A's. Have not been because I can't with just all the changes that they've done, but it is what it is. Thank you, John. Good luck. We got CJ here who says, my super chat got lost in the Ron Fest. Oh no, did you send something earlier, CJ, that I missed?
And hopefully Seth Rollins for his piece cashes in successfully.
Oh, yes.
Good strategy.
Oh,
the
yes.
Three men.
I'm so sorry.
Penta,
Okay,
Dominik,
give me 1
Sami
second.
Zayn seem to be directing, yes, they are, directing their hostilities toward Bron Breakker.
Yes,
and
I
this
also
is
missed
wise
Mr.
here
GRK
to
Chef
the man
13
who's
who
been
says
dominating the
Roxanne
match.
wins Queen of the
Oh,
Ring
Dominik
and takes an
from
EO, takes on
Dominik
EO at
Mysterio
SummerSlam for the
almost
title.
steals one.
Hey, Mr. GRK Chef 13, I would love to see that match between Roxanne and EO. We've seen them wrestle before, obviously not too long ago, and they freaking killed it. Now imagine at SummerSlam, that would be even even bigger deal. So I would be interested in that, man. Thank you so much, Mr. GRK Chef 13. We also had John Taylor earlier who said Bayley looking a little boobly tonight. Someone sent for Reg. Reg missed out. Reg missed out. Thank you, John.
Of the luchador Penta, who took massive amounts of abuse just 2 days ago.
And then CJ, this is the one I had missed. He says, you know it's crazy, Triple H never booked the Women's Intercontinental title at PLEs till Becky was involved. Now he gets featured more than the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Io Sky last PLE defense was Mania, right? Same for Tiff, I swear. Yeah, I can't lie and say you're wrong on that. But I do think that they've been giving Io much better they've been caring more about her reign this time than the last time she was champion. Because I felt like the last time she was champion, like they didn't put that much focus on her. I actually feel there's more on her this time. But you know how they are. Like there's certain people that they just push a little bit harder. I feel like at this point, and which sucks because obviously Io's such a good wrestler, but they mainly just like count on her for the matches instead of like giving her an actual story. That's what I feel like with Io. They're just like, okay, cool, matches, right? Not so much a story.
And a mean streak a mile wide now with the guidance of Paul Heyman. How can you
like they kind of just have her in the back, you know, kind of like what we saw right now with her and Nikki. And she didn't even say much in that. That was all Nikki. So, yeah, I feel like they kind of just mainly push her when it comes to the actual matches. Which, again, is still more because there's been times in the past where I'm like, did y'all forget Io is even your champion? So, yeah, it does happen, unfortunately. Thank you, CJ, and I'm so sorry that I missed your super chat earlier. It got lost in the Ron Killings love fest at the moment. Sorry, CJ.
Seth Rollins to get his claws hooked into Bron Breakker and bring him aboard.
Top pick right there. Thundercloud that cannot be tracked.
All right, and we also got Stephen Marchulli here who says, who do you think the mystery man is for King of the Ring? Dude, I have no idea. What are the streets saying? Is there a popular name that I'm not thinking of for that spot? Because I truly can't even think of who would be in that spot. But if y'all have somebody that's obvious and then I haven't thought about, please let me know. Icy says Mr. Iguana.
Break it down, perhaps.
Chloe Beth says Mr. Emmanuel Grande Americano.
And it may be Penta.
Ooh, nice, Penta.
Luchador takes out Sami Zayn.
Tracy says Karrion Kross.
Dominik, suicide dive and turns it into a DDT on Penta. Tremendous by Dominik. Dominik may want to turn around and stop flexing. Oh my goodness.
All right.
From the
Dominik must owe Bron Breakker some chicken nuggets or something. Because Bron Breakker does that spot every week, and I swear he did it harder on Dominik this time. I don't think he's done it that hard to anybody like he did Dominik. I'm telling you, Dominik didn't share his chicken nuggets with Bron Breakker, and Bron Breakker's like, all right, bro, we got beef now. We got beef.
Indeed it is.
Oh, man.
Bron
Johnny
Breakker,
T here.
the
Dominik
impact weight of that 250-pound man
for this
flying
question
off the
that
apron,
actually
under the
just
announce
asked.
table, just
So,
about
Steven,
crushing Dominik. I don't
those
even
are
know
a couple of
Dominik's
names. I can
alert
kind of
out
see
here.
those all kind of working out.
Thinks
Thank you,
it's
Steven.
awesome. I think you can
Corey
name
McCarthy
4
says,
guys
check out
who
my
would
last tweet from yesterday.
strongly
Tagged you.
disagree
Hey,
right
Corey,
now
thank you for
because
letting
they
me know. I
apparently
will
can
make sure to
barely
do
get to their
that.
feet, let alone continue competing.
I'll
But
pull your account
of
up and then I'll
course,
look for
the
it
one man
in
who's
the actual
up
commercial
first
break. But
is
I have
this
your account queued up, though. Thank you,
indestructible
Corey.
monster that
John
grows
Taylor
week
says, I
by
literally
week.
have the A's as the West
Bron
Sacramento
Breakker.
A's on my
Dominik
schedule.
Mysterio
LOL.
woken
Good
up.
night. So sad. Thank you, John. All right, we're 2 minutes of a commercial break, but we're still watching
Championship.
Yeah, he called him a
the
little
match during the
rat.
commercial.
I thought that was a little unfair.
Chronicle of Horrors predicts maybe Ricky Saints.
Breakker, he just walked by me. He's a scary
Amon
human
says
being.
that's literal
Should've
beef.
run.
Oh, KJ, don't get my
I
hopes
would
up,
if I was
dude.
60.
No,
now,
I love Ilya
Breakker with Sami
Dragunov.
Zayn
When
and
Ilya
Penta
Dragunov
from
comes
behind.
back,
Penta
I'm
with the
gonna
right
be
hand.
so
Man,
happy.
this
Okay, I
turned
love
into a car
Ilya.
wreck.
I don't know when he's coming back though. I kind of lost track of
WWE
the
fans getting
of the
behind
time
Penta
frame
here.
of all of that.
They just love this guy. This guy took off in double quick time, didn't he?
Tony says, what about iShow Speed? Braun destroyed him. Hey, look, man, as long as every time we see iShow Speed, he gets a killer spear, then I'm cool with it. As long as we get the spear, though. Every time he comes out, he's got to get a spear.
And again, Dominik he just rolled over our announce table here, Wade, and collapsed on the floor. Is Penta now.
You blame him?
Meets Sami Zayn up toward the top rope. Penta high risk here. Sami Zayn trying to somehow hold on. Sami able to counter now, delivering blows to the back of Penta.
Oh, shit. He's about to kill
Sami
Penta.
Zayn!
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Powerbomb to advance and a kick
All right,
out by Penta. Man, what a match this has been.
Yeah, CJ here says, who's your shouts for King of the Ring? You know,
know,
I need to look at the men's bracket again. I didn't screnshot it. So after this, I'll look at the bracket once they update it, because I don't think I didn't really catch it the first time when they first showed it. So I need to take a second look at that bracket, CJ. Thank you. Dan Bridgman says promo, Patreon reminder. Yes, if you guys want additional content, I'm posting podcasts, watch-alongs, diaries, exclusive content over on Patreon. The link is in the description box below, or you can just search Denise Salcedo. The community is growing. Very happy about that. It always makes my day whenever the notification pops up that there's a new Patreon member. Those of you who are interested in that, again, just search me up on Denise Salcedo on Patreon, or the link in the description box below. Dan, thank you so much.
Somehow Sami Zayn came off the batter. But of course, immediately there to pounce Dirty Dog.
And now Penta.
All right, we're back on Monday Night Raw, and we're still on the King of the Ring tournament match.
Up top, running power bomb.
And so far, they're cooking in this match a whole lot.
McAfee will call this the Frankenstein.
Nice. Sammy flew. Sammy flew.
Bron Breakker do. He can do
that
everything.
Frankensteiner had a freaking after effect on an aftertaste on Sami Zayn. Because look at when he lands, and then he does like a jolt.
The skin of Bron Breakker. He hasn't
he
even
did like a jolt
sweat
afterwards. See, there's times when people chant, "This is awesome," and I'm like, it's not awesome, right? And then there's times where they chant, "This is awesome," like in this situation, and I'm like, all right, I second that. This one is awesome.
Already tonight in the Queen of the Ring side of things.
So far, it's been a good start to the first round matches for King and Queen of the Ring.
Riyadh at Night of Champions in 2 weeks from Saturday. And now Penta with the forearms to Bron Breakker. And Breakker with a knee. What a knee by Breakker. The explosiveness of Bron Breakker. Penta caught him though with a kick.
Got him up. Nice.
Great counter by Penta.
Oh, but there comes Dom.
Easy with Penta, but there's a pounce. He's starting on.
Dominik trying to steal
Oh my gosh, Liv is gonna be so jealous if both Dom and Roxanne won their first round matches and she didn't. She's gonna be so jealous about that if that happens.
Continental champion if he had pinned Breakker there. And now Sami Zayn from behind. Going for the blue thunder bomb. Dominik able to counter at least momentarily.
Nice block by Dirty Dom.
And again, a block by Dom.
Give him some flowers, Michael Cole.
And now, went for a third time. Dominik with yet another counter. And now turns it into the first of perhaps 3 amigos. Paying homage to the late, great Eddie Guerrero.
Gotta finish strong here, Dom.
Mr. Nobita, I think it's SummerSlam when they get him.
Amigos ever. We want 3 now.
Blue Thunder
Nice.
by Zayn.
Oh, that was
Dominik
pretty
at
close.
2.
That was pretty close.
What action here
Demolition
tonight in the
Dan says, are you
first
jealous
round
of
the King the
anything?
Ring tournament?
Yes. People with millions and billions of dollars.
Sami Zayn
I want
so
millions and
close
billions
here.
of dollars.
Not quite enough.
We're sold out tonight in Phoenix, the PHX Arena.
Davion, as this match
14,061
rules.
WWE
I
fans.
agree. This one's
One of
been
these
all
men's advancing to
good
the King of the
energy
Ring. Sami
throughout
going
the
for
entire
Hula
thing.
kick, intercepted
Good pace.
by Penta.
CJ says, story-wise, Bron or Sami would be interesting picks. Yeah, because you would end up in a situation where both Bron is part of Seth Rollins' group. Nope, couldn't get it. Is he getting it? Is he trying to get it? Nope, didn't get it. And then with Sami, because we've been waiting for him to see him get his shot for the title. I mean, not his shot, but get an actual shot at being champion.
Penta with a kick with a hamstring, and now
thank you, CJ.
Face first off the sling blade. And Penta about to wow him. Mexican destroyer. Dom's down. Penta into the cover. Hooks the inside leg. Shoulders down. Bron Breakker. Getting to Penta as Dominik kicked out, I believe.
I mean, it's astounding that Dirty Dom wriggled his way out of that one. Breakker was right there. Need an action replay to see if he actually broke the pin up, but who cares right now, because back on the tear is Bron Breakker.
Yeah, at this point it doesn't matter. Breakker is in control. He dumps Penta outside the ring and straps now down, and Bron Breakker's all business.
The straps are down.
Minutes, and you see Bron Breakker starting to get warmed up like he is now.
Penta turn around.
All right, he's going. Who's he gonna spear? Who's he gonna spear? Who's he getting? Oh! Sorry, Penta.
23 miles an hour.
Oh, LA Knight.
Blunt force trauma. LA Knight is here. LA Knight takes out Breakker.
LA Knight was Breakker's victim on SmackDown and a Money in the Bank.
And now Sami.
It's Sami winning this?
Suplex.
Payback to Bron Breakker there.
Or is it Dom? Let's see what happens here. I think it might be Sami.
Cover. Sami Zayn in the semi-finals of the King of the Ring.
Sami makes it.
Sami Zayn!
Well, LA Knight was taken out on Friday.
I mean, that really could have gone in so many different directions. I didn't know what direction it was going in.
A little bit of payback.
Congratulations to Sami Zayn. He presses on. All right, let me look at this updated bracket. See what the situation is. Oh, I love that view better of the spear. I like the view from the side instead of the view from the back when it comes to the spear from Bron Breakker.
Sami Zayn with that haluva kick, tight hook of the leg. And now,
all right, let's see our updated bracket.
The King of the Ring tournament to the semifinals.
Cool. All right, let me bracket and then I'll kind of like break it down.
Cost Bron Breakker. So the story now is Sami Zayn, who advances to the semifinals in the King of the Ring tournament for the second time in his career.
I am here with AJ Styles, and AJ, congratulations on that victory earlier. Massive win for you over Chad Gable. Can tell you're still fired up, so talk to me. Tell me where you're at.
Here's the thing, I can't enjoy tonight because I can't stop thinking about what happened last week. Chad Gable, whether or not he has on a mask, is one of the best in the business. But last week, Seth Rollins had his lackey, Paul Heyman, come and threaten me. And we know Dirty Dom and the Judgment Day, they're still running their mouth. Listen, I don't care how they conduct their business. But if you're gonna disrespect AJ Styles, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. If you don't believe me, go ask Gable. On second thought, I think I'll go tell him myself.
Thanks so much. You know, I was gonna send it back to the arena, but I think there's
Ooh, what's happening?
story over here, so follow me.
What is happening? Oh, I was expecting something else. I got all excited and I'm like, oh, it's just this.
Here's Kathy with the good questions.
The New Day and Grayson Waller.
When you plan on defending your titles next and who against?
Well, hold on, Kathy. We just successfully defended these titles 2 weeks ago.
And there are a lot of incredible teams here on Raw. But in our opinion, they're all in the middle of the pack. We're looking for that clear front runner, that #1 contender.
We have way too much respect for these titles to defend them against just anybody, Kathy.
Because y'all keep them in the driveway, we keep them in the garage.
You see, we care about these titles. Unlike the champions before us and the champions before that.
He could go on all day.
Yo, matter of fact, you and everybody here should be thankful that you have champions like us that actually elevate these titles to such a high pedestal.
So instead of asking us these asinine questions every week, Kathy, how about you? Everybody in this arena and everybody all over the world, get down on your knees and thank God for the new day.
The better question is, why do you keep deflecting them?
No more questions, Kathy. No more questions.
All right, well, there you go. I was seriously expecting something totally different when we were like, oh, come on, we're following the story. I'm like, ooh, what's it going to be? And also, Nikki Bella is next after this. But we do got a super chat here from Mike Parker Collects, who says, don't mind the shorter PLEs, but with 8 singles titles between the men's and women's people are going to be left off with less time and fewer matches on the card, men and women alike. Yeah, and they also have like 1,000 shows, though, so they have other time to like make it up, you know?
Yes, Sammy! Congratulations!
I got Karrion Kross and Sammy. Thank you, Mike.
Or you and CM Punk. You did on your own, but the best part about this is you took my message to heart. What are you talking about? No, don't do that. You know exactly what you did.
No, I don't, actually.
Sammy, you saw an opportunity and you seized the moment. You used LA Knight to get ahead. And I mean, normally you're the guy who's taking the beatings to help other people succeed, but not tonight. You did exactly what needed to be done. And that is the real Sami Zayn. That is a future world champion. And that is a manipulator.
I don't think that's a manipulator. What now?
Please.
I think the manipulator is
to win that
Karrion.
match. And I am going to win a world championship. And you want to know why? Because I am good enough to win the world championship. And I'm not going to keep asking you to stay out of my business, because trust me, I am good enough to handle you.
Oh, Sami Zayn is going to the semifinals.
Okay.
Of the ring tournament after what happened.
Oh, we got another replay of the spear.
Taking out Penta.
So yeah, Mike, I feel like they definitely have, you know, PLEs. They have a million shows happening where they can get people, you know, on the shows and whatnot. I mean, we got a 3-hour SmackDown, a 2.5-hour Raw. There's plenty of time. You know, it's just a matter of actually doing it. Thank you, Mike. We got CJ here who says Sammy wins and turns on Jey, manifesting. It seems like people have been manifesting a Sammy turn for a while now, but I'm still, there's times where I feel like it's actually going to happen, and then there's times where I'm like, nah, the ship sailed. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I don't think they're going that direction right now. There's weeks where I think
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Night of Champions.
No, right now I'm going to don't.
2 weeks, Saturday.
Thank you, CJ. All right, and
Ladies and gentlemen,
never mind, we're
Monday Night Raw
back.
tonight live on
Sorry,
Netflix
this
is in
whole
Phoenix,
time I thought we
Arizona. We are
were
sold out
going to a commercial break. I didn't realize we were on a commercial break.
WWE fans on hand. And tonight,
wait, so was that Seth?
Monday
I
Night
mean,
Raw
sorry,
on
was
Netflix
that
is
Karrion
presented
Kross,
by
Sami Zayn thing
Snickers.
during the commercials?
Again, Michael Cole,
Did
Wade
y'all
Barrett,
see
his
that
name,
if you
Pat McAfee
weren't
has the
watching
week off this past Saturday?
if you're
Money
watching
in the Bank, we made a
with
massive
commercials?
announcement concerning
Okay, everyone's
next
saying it was in the
year's
commercials. Oh wow, I didn't even realize it. I seriously thought that was part of the actual show.
WrestleMania 41 was the most successful.
Okay, here we go. WrestleMania 42, Las Vegas. First video package for it.
To viewership. So we're running
We got
it
Triple
back
H narrating.
to the sports and entertainment capital of the world.
And he's on top of Allegiant Stadium. WrestleMania 42 back in Vegas,
It's time
baby.
to double down, Las Vegas. WrestleMania returns in 2026. Are you ready?
Saturday, April 18th, Sunday, April 19th. Oh, it's kind of a late Mania again this year coming up.
You know, WrestleMania
Is anybody
42
here
is
going
returning
to
to
that?
Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium on Saturday, April 18th, Sunday.
Let me know
April
who is
19th.
going.
Well, you can register for the pre-sale information. WrestleMania is headed back to Vegas. Experience the nonstop
Jake
excitement
Bailey
of
says,
WrestleMania
love the
42
song,
with
TBF.
On location, the official
I don't know the song.
hospitality
What's the
partner
song?
of WWE. Unrivaled access,
Nick, the
unmatched
creator,
service, and
says,
unforgettable
lol,
experiences. Find your package
I might
at
do
On
the
Location,
exact same thing I did this past year, which is go to
WWE.
Vegas,
You can't
cover
stop this.
Vegas,
The
do the
sneak
live
peek of
streams
Alex
from
Warren's
home.
debut album.
I
You'll be
love,
all
I mean,
right,
not the
kid.
live streams from home,
July
live streams from the hotel.
18th.
I love doing
Ladies
that.
and gentlemen, we look
And
ahead
I hope
to
I can
next
do that
week on
again
Monday
this time
Night Raw,
around.
live in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
We got David Primero who says Nikki Bella a trailblazer. Yeah, right. She got there because of John Cena, and now she's back again because Cena is there. Alaba AJ's always one for me. David, thank you so much for your super chat. But Nikki Bella is a trailblazer in her own right. They got a lot of women to watch wrestling through Total Divas and became very popular through that. When it comes to like people that don't follow wrestling, they know like John Cena, The Rock, and the Bella Twins. Like the Bella Twins are pretty popular in those worlds outside of, you know, WWE. Like they managed to make a name for themselves and also connect female viewers, you know, to go and to watch. So I don't think that their contributions to WWE should be diminished in any way. I'm a fan of the Bellas, and I think that they've done a really good job of keeping their careers going even after WWE with all of the projects that they do on the outside, like Bonita Wine, and the judgings and the game shows and all of those extra things that they've done, the podcast, all of that. I think they've done a really fine job of maintaining their careers even after WWE. A lot of people try to do that and they can't do it. They need the WWE behind them. But the Bella Twins have been, you know, doing all right. They've been doing all right. So yeah, thank you, David. We got CJ here who says, otherwise this cross stuff is wasted time. I don't know what the plan is with the Karrion Kross stuff.
Figure that out.
I really don't even know. I don't know. It doesn't really feel like it's moving it doesn't feel like it's moving at a fast pace. I'll tell you that much. I feel like they've been having Karrion Kross do the exact same thing for months now and it hasn't gone anywhere. So I can't really say confidently that what the plan is. Thank you, CJ.
WWE Hall of Famer, Nikki Bella.
Yeah. And String Spice says it's been a slow burn. Yeah, it definitely has been a slow burn.
Two-time Divas champion. Once held that title for over
I've always liked the
days,
song.
which is a record for that championship. Nikki returning to Monday
I don't know
Night
why I
Raw
sing it
here
that way.
live
I
tonight.
just have this muted and happy
This
voice.
music,
So
man, have I missed this woman? Bella
funny.
we are eating good.
All right, I wonder what she's gonna say. I'm thinking this is all leading. This is all in regards. I mean, look at there's girls crying in this audience right now. Holy shit! Literally,
Phoenix!
crying because Nikki's there.
Oh my gosh. It is so good for one to be back home Yes. To be back in this ring, oh my goodness, I just want to say thank you to the WWE Universe. Thank you to my Bella Army. I missed you guys. I missed you. I missed you all a lot. I know. Oh, thank you. So, thank you. So I'm here to talk about something very, very special that's happening next month.
Yeah, Evolution.
I think you all know what I'm about to talk about, right? That's right. So it's been many years, but next month, WWE is holding an all-women premium live event in Atlanta, WWE Evolution
2. I don't know if they're adding the 2, but I'm adding 2.
Now, I remember main eventing the very first one, and it has been so incredible to see where the women's division is at since then. I mean, the talent,
So
the
much
stars,
has changed
Rhea
since
Ripley,
then.
Bianca Belair, Io Sky. And let's talk about these newcomers, Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vacquet, right? Julia. I mean, there is so much talent in that female locker room. It is insane. And I know that I could speak on behalf of all the women of the past, but we couldn't be prouder. We couldn't be more grateful where the women are at now in this division. Just so proud.
Oh, okay. Let's see what Liv has to say.
Nikki, if you're talking about the best women in this division,
She's
you
pissed
better
right
make
now,
sure
so.
you mention Liv.
Liv's not having a good day, right? Liv's not having a good day right now.
First of all, Liv,
I don't blame her.
That was not intentional.
Oh, you didn't mean it like that. Well, too late, because I am the most talented woman in this division.
I like
and
it.
I have proven
Be
it
it,
again
Liv.
and again and again. I was Women's World Champion all of last year. I am the first and only Women's Crown Jewel Champion, and I am breaking records as a Women's Tag Team Champion.
I love how Liv's just like having a horrible day going off on Nikki.
You're lucky I wasn't around during your career, because I would have been champion and beaten you then too.
Nikki was out here vibing, having a good day. Now Liv's
You know
just
what?
giving
As
her
I'm
all her
talking,
problems.
I realized why you didn't mention me. You didn't mention me because you're jealous of me. You're jealous of me because I have everything that you don't. I have respect. I have a championship. And I have a man.
Oh! She really went there. She really went there with Nikki after all the stuff Nikki's been through. Savage. Savage.
You know what, Liv? Hey, you know, I get it. You lost tonight. You're angry. I don't blame you. Okay, it's a bad night for you, right? But you know, speaking of your man, I'm just trying to figure out who he belongs to.
Ooh.
Is it you or Roxanne Perez? I'm confused.
Oh no, Liv, girl.
But you know what, Liv? If you could do me a favor, can you congratulate her for me for taking your title shot and your man?
Have no comments. I have no comments.
Nikki, you can say whatever you want, because I'm still a champion. And all you'll ever be is a reality show diva.
Aw, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, Nikki heard it up and Liv, though, hits her in the oblivion.
Okay, I wonder if they're going to do Liv and Raquel versus Brie and Nikki, or if they're just going to do Liv and Nikki, Liv versus Nikki. Like tag team match, singles match, what are we doing?
Well, what I called for is on.
I like this though. I like this trash talk today. You don't got a man. Is your man even your man?
A Hall of Famer in Nikki Bella.
Well, the ring is a dangerous place.
They definitely brought out the claws today. Good stuff. Oh my gosh.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
all right, give me 1 second, and then I'm going to go and get into some of these comments.
John Cena's retirement tour.
By my count, after tonight, you've got 18 dates left. of what little respect I had for you. I'll leave it up to you as to which one of those dates I take this off your shoulder.
Match like this, you're gonna follow me to Saudi Arabia.
All right. So I'm guessing they're about to make this match official for Night of Champions. I'm guessing that's why we're getting the replay right now.
Hero.
CJ says your version of Nikki's theme is Mad Nikki, though.
What do you say?
Good luck, but you can't touch.
Our general manager,
thanks, CJ. All right.
has made it
yep, there it is,
guys. 2 weeks from Saturday, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. At Night of Champions, the renewal of a rivalry.
John Cena versus CM Punk, Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. CM Punk versus John Cena for the Undisputed WWE Championship.
He got involved and
Night of Champions
by Seth and company.
Yeah, it's about exactly what you would expect, messing with the power trio of Seth.
June 28th in Saudi Arabia.
Tsunami, no one's ribs feel good after that, but followed it up at SmackDown, getting sucker punched by Logan Paul, and then AA'd by John Cena. This was just 3 days ago, last Friday, and a massive frog splash to boot, and then 24 hours after this, Money in the Bank, this devastating moonsault through announced desk.
Sorry guys, I just needed to tweet, post that up on the Facebook page. All right, CJ.
Yeah, but that's just
thank you for liking my Nikki theme song.
Jey Uso's
CJ
been going nonstop since he beat this man back in April at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I really hope that she's okay and all is good because she still has the finger thing. So hopefully she'll be okay. 45R5K says Stephanie McQuack.
Gunther,
I think she was gonna say. I think she was gonna say like the Spanish version, and then she switched to the English version, and then she switched to the Spanish version, and I think that's what came out instead. I think she was trying to decide how to pronounce it, and in the end just didn't pronounce it either in English or in Spanish. I think maybe that's where the mix-up happened. Alrighty, thank you so much for
what's interesting is Jey Uso's been having all these matches.
Who says, do you think the Bella Twins will win tag team championships at Evolution 2? Only if they were to come back. You know what? I could see them doing that. Honestly, I could. Because they don't really have other, real big tag teams. And if Rhea and Nikki won the tag team, women's tag team titles in 2025 in Evolution, it would be kind of a story. So I feel like it could happen, Sammy. Like, it 100% could happen.
80+% of his time, I forget the
Brandon Rosen here says, imagine being CM Punk having to follow his pride and go to Saudi Arabia only to eat a pin. I have no comments. I don't even know. I'm honestly shocked that CM Punk is going to Saudi Arabia, and I'm just shocked that they decided to do this big matchup on that show. Like, they didn't need to do that on that show. At least I don't think they did. I truly thought that was a SummerSlam match. Like, that is such a big match that I just thought it was going to be SummerSlam. Like, now I'm like curious, like, what is our SummerSlam match going to be? Like, we need 2 big main events for SummerSlam. What are those going to be?
I learned a lot about
Thank you, Brandon. And they have a lot of options, though. Like, there's still so many things that are, like, up in the air that we haven't, like, fully grabbed yet. So, yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting, man. Thank you, Brandon. But John Cena, CM Punk, that's a money match, man. People were ready to see that happen. So, again, so yeah. Thank you, Brandon.
The World Heavyweight Championship crown.
Alrighty, so, oh yeah, I forgot this match was happening.
Yeah, it was a good
Jey Uso and Gunther for the 500th time, but I think we're all expecting something to happen in this matchup. What are you guys thinking is going to happen in this matchup? Do we get a Goldberg appearance? Do we get a cash-in?
I certainly will not.
Do we get nothing? Do we just get a simple, straightforward match where Jey Uso defeats Gunther? Like, what are we expecting here?
Gunther should come and stroll past.
Okay, Andy says Goldberg. Alan says Goldberg. Brandon says a Seth cash-in. King of Strong Style says Jey wins. Clean show over. Oh, shit. King of Strong Style You made me realize that this is the main event.
who
I was so stupid.
to be champion.
This show flew by so fast that I wasn't
Cannot
even.
look in the mirror
I was still planning on sitting
and
here
see
for
himself
another half
without a
hour.
championship. Most of his career
I
is
will
held
be
gold.
sitting here for a little bit more than that because I will obviously be doing the post show with Santi. But still, in my head, I still thought we had more time for Raw.
We are sold out tonight, Phoenix, Arizona, over 14,000 on hand as we prepare for our main event. For the 21st time, this city has hosted Monday Night Raw, and tonight the World Heavyweight Championship.
We got
is
CJ
on
here
the
who says
line.
the King of the
Main
Ring winner
event, Jey
faces
Uso defending the
WWE
title
World Heavyweight
against
Champion
the man
at
that he beat at
SummerSlam. I
WrestleMania,
guess it depends
the
on
Ring
who wins
General
and
Gunther.
what brands they're on.
He was the world champ for
That's my
259
assumption
days.
on that.
The Intercontinental
Thank you,
Champion
CJ.
for 666 days. The NXT UK champion.
All right,
for
let me see.
870
Tracy
days.
predicts that
All
Jey
this
wins
man
clean.
knows how
Deanna's
to do
expecting Roman.
is win.
Steve Potar says Naomi cashes in on Jey for the men's title. Why not? She's like, this is for something that happened on Thanksgiving, family drama. Mike Centeni says none of the above. Zeno Hour says Gunther wins or we get a cash in. Zachary Walton says Goldberg and Seth cash in. Let's see. Lee says Jey Uso has to win. It's only his third title defense. Adrian is expecting a failed cash in. Dan Leckie does not think we're getting Goldberg, and he throws out the idea right back.
Supporting him here
I
tonight.
think we get 20 chops and super
Moments ago,
kicks.
Wade, you probably gave me the best
man.
advice of my career.
Let's see what else we have here. We got Uncle Don who says Goldberg or Gunther win.
And Wade
Well, I
warned
don't
me,
know. I don't know if
perhaps I should
Goldberg's
not
going to come
eat
out.
with the world
That's the
champion tonight
question.
because of the man
Let's
who's
see.
in the
Thank
ring,
you, Uncle
Gunther, and
Don.
I'm
We
going
got.
to heed that advice tonight.
Just let the audience do it for you. Let them
Oh
take all of
no.
the risk.
Yes, boy
This
says
kind
Ludwig
of
tweeted about
buy-in
Charlotte and
from
was
an
never heard
audience is
from
something you
again.
cannot
We actually have not
manufacture.
seen anything
They
about
love
Ludwig.
this
Remember
man,
he
they
used to
believe
always
in
get
this
those
man, and they
commercial
are gonna
break
power
promos
this
and I would
man
say, oh,
to
here's Ludwig
victory
Kaiser getting the
with
exact same
everything
promo,
in their
cutting the
souls
exact same
tonight.
promo every week.
Will it be
Oh, I feel
successful?
bad. Okay,
Will it
hopefully
be
everything's
enough?
okay there. Conception
To
says get the
overcome
heat
the
timer on
surely
Denise.
broken
Yeah,
body of the champ.
that's the heat timer. Thank you so much, KLF. He says, been great hanging out here. Another good watch along for Raw, Denise. Thank you so much, KLF. I'm glad you, I'm really glad you're enjoying yourself. Let's see. Let me go through some more comments. See what everyone's saying.
Meanwhile, the challenger, Gunther, seems
Mike
extremely
Centeni predicts the
unfazed in
match
ring
just
as
ends.
Jey Uso
Infamous DJ
makes
says he likes
his
the idea of a
way to
failed
ringside.
cash-in. CC Funk is expecting Goldberg.
I'll tell you, the quiet sting of failure lingers longer than any punch or kick when it comes to
Lee
the
says
ring
Ludwig just needs to go to SmackDown.
He gets a chance to
DJ here says I'm
finally
pissed
rid
if we get
his
back-to-back
body of that
failed
sting.
cash-ins.
Right now.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, not
Come on,
everyone
champ,
gets
do
to
it
succeed,
tonight.
right, at the cash-ins. It could make it a little bit more
Jey
unpredictable
Uso
as to whether or
cannot
not
be
someone would
anywhere
successfully
near
cash in or not.
100%.
That's the only thing things up as a plus.
On his face,
Thank you, CJ.
said he was ready to go. Said he's
Oh,
not
said
gonna
Bo says the
let
kids
anything
love to
get in the
eat.
way of
That's true.
Him holding on to this World Heavyweight Championship tonight, but Wade, we showed just a small sample.
We got Clown here who says Gunther's on the verge of winning. Braun and Bronson attack Gunther. Seth cashes in and pins Jey. That's Clown's prediction.
I agree with you.
Johnny
completely.
T
Over
says
that
Ludwig
run
could have had a
from
match
Royal
during this.
Rumble all the way to WrestleMania. Jey Uso had to develop
I could have gone to
an
the
unbreakable
DMV,
spirit.
waited in a long
He
ass
still
time,
has that.
waited in
What
a
you
long ass
cannot
queue,
develop is
done
an
handled my
unbreakable
business at the
body.
DMV, came
I
back,
think
and the
half
Geek
job
entrance
is
would
already
still be
done
going
for
on.
Gunther here. That's the problem for Jey Uso tonight.
Doc Dave says
Mentioned
Naomi
Gunther's
cashes in on
relatively
her
fresh. He's
brother-in-law.
only had one match since WrestleMania.
So funny.
That's the battle against Pat McAfee back at Backlash in May.
Infamous DJ1 wants to see Jey hold the title until SummerSlam.
since
11 says I can't take another Steph title run. Steph has good matches. I do like his title runs. I don't mind his title run.
And it's all been about tonight. Had that detour with McAfee. But now, normal business is intended to resume here on Raw.
Again, I love it. I love the enthusiasm. I love the playing with the WWE fans here tonight. But the bottom line is this: as all this,
I don't know
is
why
going
I'm
on,
eating.
Gunther, the killer.
I just have nothing
the
else to
former
do
champ,
while Jey is
hasn't
eating.
taken his eyes off Jey Uso.
Yes, boy says, do we get
Let's head up to
Goldberg
the ring.
tonight? That seems to
And our
be on
ring
the
announcer,
predictions table.
The great Alicia
May or may
Taylor.
not happen. All right, we're finally pressing on with the matchup.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the World Heavyweight Championship!
All right, here we go.
Introducing first, the challenger from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Ring General.
Lee says, Denise, are you going to do a live for Evolution 2? Yes, I am. I won't be there at the show. I'll be here doing a live stream. I already purchased my flights and everything, so I'm planning on going from New York because I'm going to be on vacation with my family. From New York to Dallas to LA. And I will be back in this seat before All In and before Evolution 2. CJ here says, as long as Naomi don't fail, I'll postpone rioting. Yeah, no, I really hope Naomi does have a successful cash-in. She deserves it. She really, really does. And I can't wait to see her continue growing as a heel. Thank you, CJ.
This is the 5th time.
As DJ once says, I may go out for Evolution. Hey, you do you. You do you. If you want to go to the show,
he's also eliminated.
That would be a good time.
Jey Uso back in the Royal Rumble in 2024 at WrestleMania. Jey Uso.
All right, here we go. Jey Uso versus Gunther.
His first ever world championship.
Will something major happen here, or will this just be a straightforward matchup?
In a matchup.
That is what we're about to see.
Gunther Uso for the world title.
The rematch the world has been salivating for. Well, it's all ours tonight.
Melissa Cabello says, Denise, what are you live streaming this week?
And Gunther.
Raw today, obviously. I don't know why I feel the need to include that. NXT review only tomorrow. Wednesday, me and Reg will be here for the whole night. The whole night. It's a 4-hour AEW show Wednesday. So we'll be here for a long time Wednesday. And then Friday, I'll be back for a 3-hour SmackDown. And then that's it. That's it for this week.
Jey Uso going for the
a lot kind of happening.
He got Gunther to tap out at WrestleMania.
RT here says Gunther winning is the only correct answer. Henry Kiernan says, I'm sure Goldberg will be on the show tonight. Also, Henry, thank you so much for all the love you've been giving on Facebook. I've been seeing all of your comments. Thank you so much for that.
Again, Sleeper locked in, and Gunther has to sling him away.
Well, that perhaps was the best shot for Jey.
Ooh, nice. I like how Gunther was like, nah, I know that super kick is coming. I've wrestled you enough to know this. Yeah, exactly. Megan says great defense from Gunther. Literally, I love that he saw that coming. Was like, nope,
Gunther, what's your
not today, Jay. Not today. Taylor says, how's your voice today, Denise? You know, in the beginning of the stream, it was hurting a little bit, and I thought, oh my God. Like, inside my head, I was thinking, oh no. But then it went away, so I think I'm okay now. But I was just not feeling very good for my voice on Saturday night. Saturday night, I was done. And then I went to Disneyland on Sunday, and, you know, I screamed a little bit on a couple of rides. And so then today, when I started today's watch along, I felt it for like maybe the first 5 minutes, but then somewhere it just went away. It just went away, and it was all okay again. But yeah, I was struggling on Saturday night. Saturday night was not good for me on the voice portion.
Die down a little bit and let Jey Uso start feeling the pain that must be in his joints.
Main event tonight for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther back into the ring.
Hey, Johnny T, he says, heard you on Busted Open YouTube from WrestleMania. What a crew you work with. Yeah, oh, that was so fun. The WrestleMania party in Las Vegas. Yeah, that was very, very fun. Very, very fun.
Red hot, raring
John Casey says, have fun with your family this vacation. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll be in New York from July 7th to July 11th. So just a couple of days. My mom and the kids have never been to New York, so I'm the tour guide. I've at least been a couple of times.
Jey.
So,
Gunther
yeah,
was
so we're
expecting
doing
a
like a
backhand,
nice
and he
little
basically
couple
stopped,
day
and
family
Jey was able
vacation.
to catch him into the sleeper hold.
We're 2 minutes into this match, and Gunther already has a pained look on his face, and it's not from anything physical. It's purely from this mental assault. Jey Uso just went a step ahead.
Well, listen, if you were the champion and you tapped out at WrestleMania to this man, that's still got to be in your mind, right?
We're back from commercial break in 55
and I
seconds.
thought that would be a major motivator for Gunther, but it seems to be more of a negative impact for him.
Again, maybe Jey Uso has Gunther's number now.
Crack the ego of the ring.
Keon Davis, good to see you. He says, are you enjoying the show, Denise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
all out of sorts here. He hasn't been able to get anything going
it wasn't
in the early part of this matchup
event
with
that
the
I
champion.
realized we were already at the main event. Yeah, Jonathan says 4th of July in New York City will be awesome with your family. It'll be a few days after, a few days after, because it'll be July 7th through July 11th. So yeah, so we'll be there for a few days.
Just doesn't look
and
ready.
I'm planning on going from New York to Dallas on July 11th, and then it will be there all day until the nighttime. I will fly back from Dallas to LA at night. So, yeah, so the 11th, I'm going to be very busy that day. Very busy. Going to do 3 states in one day. So that'll be fun. And then I'll be here for All In to watch and chill and all of that. Johnny T says how huge is Mark Henry, would love to meet him. Yeah, I was gonna say he's a pretty big dude, that's for sure.
And we talked about this Saturday.
I feel like I've mostly seen Mark Henry sitting down. I don't feel like I've really seen him standing up that much. I think only one time I saw him standing up, and it was because I was walking right behind him. And that was a while back. So he's definitely tall, definitely tall.
And it hurt you more than it hurt me.
And now Gunther realizing that he is an injured champion here.
Thank you, Mike. See ya.
The face of the ring general, who is now targeting the ribs of Uso, who is doubled over in pain.
Well, Gunther has just gone from sluggish to savage in the blink of an eye.
I mean, sluggish to savage in the blink of an eye.
And Gunther all out of sorts, and there it is. You see the heavily taped midsection of Jey Uso. We talked about the tsunami. We talked about the Asai moonsault. Obviously, some serious injury issues for Jey Uso here. And Gunther now.
Oh, Jesus. The knees to the back is pretty nasty.
Well, the way this is going right now, the only thing Jey Uso is going to have around his waist.
Hey, shout out to Rubes M. Thank you so much for popping into the stream.
Not the World Heavyweight
Yes, guys, Sabatsko so cool. What's up, dude?
Presented a gift.
Andy Nershel says he always stands up, but it's time for the main event.
At the midsection.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think all the times that I've seen Mark, he just happens to be sitting down. So funny.
Fragility that was in his ego has gone away now. It's galvanized.
Well, Gunther had made a point over the past couple of weeks in a suplex again. Gunther had made a point the past few weeks that Jey Uso was wearing himself thin.
I'll tell you right now, my opinion was, Michael, that Jey Uso should absolutely have declined the tag match at Money in the Bank. Sorry, Cody, you're on your own.
Yeah, but that's not what Jey Uso's
I've
all about.
got to put the title first. Well, it's fine not being about
that. Oh,
that.
he's ripping off the tape that Jey had around his
that protective tape away
ribs.
From the midsection of Jey Uso.
Yeah, midsection.
Vulnerable now in this match, and things have become very dire for the world champion as Gunther delivers a knee right to the
Gunther's
ribs.
laying a beating on Jey right now.
Uso has now turned into a battle for survival.
I honestly keep thinking, you know how they changed the color for the Prime bottle and it's white and gold? I swear, I keep thinking it's a big giant bottle of milk. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, milk. And then I'm like, oh wait, no, that's the Prime bottle. In white, it just looks like milk.
But it's instinct, it's adrenaline, it's staring across at Gunther and thinking, I better move quicker. He's
Mr. Roselle says they're giving Gunther a lot, so he's not winning, sadly. Infamous DJ1 says possible cash in. Amon here says Seth is going to cash in, man. Ron Stollop says milk, lol. It does, though. Like, when you're, like, not thinking about it and you're just watching, and then it pops up, I think of milk.
Jey looking to rally, looking for the sleeper. He knows he's got to end this quick. Uso trying to end it the way that he won at WrestleMania, but Gunther makes it to the ropes. Jey Uso, though, nice German suplex.
Tabasco says, I didn't notice that Asuka's returning next week. Yeah, the announcement was very unceremonious. It was just like, oh, here's the bracket. And then once you actually look at all the names, you're like, oh, yeah, there's Asuka.
The amount of torque on your midsection.
Well, if he delivers a spear, that's going to jar him as well, and that's what Jey's trying to do here. Gunther, though, catches him.
Gunther got him with a chokehold. We got Nick the Nene who says, I'd rather drink milk after a workout than anything prime.
That's Pat McAfee about that sleeper by Gunther. Jey Uso went for the suicide
Aaron Ruiz says, don't give them ideas. We don't need prime milk flavor. Ew, that sounds disgusting.
Gunther would have got him anyway, but I'm telling you,
prime milk flavor.
Uso's speed is just a little off. He's got some power.
I used to love to drink like a cold glass. Ooh, nice. She's like killing Jey. I used to love to drink like a cold glass of milk, and I would chug it, man. I was those people that could chug a glass of milk. And then I turned 30, and now I have bad reactions to milk. It's not like horrible reactions, but like I tend to break out a lot when I have milk. And I'm like, what happened? I used to be able to chug glasses of milk, and now suddenly I have dairy like that, and I'm like dying. I don't know why. I guess your body just changes, and that was one of the things that just changed in me. But yeah, I used to love me some, I used to love to chug cold milk. Freezing cold, so good.
Gunther will break the count. Count of 9, and the fighting champion Jey Uso.
Hey, shout out to Scoucher Boy. Thank you so much for popping in. Also, Courtney Farr. I didn't see the video for Asuka's return.
You call it guts from
I must have missed that. I don't know how, but I must have missed it.
On the outside, I don't know if Jey's brain is
11 says almond for me now. I don't like almond milk. I've tried to give it a chance. I don't like it. It tastes weird. I've also tried that oat milk too. Tastes weird too.
Face meeting the post moments ago. I mean, it was a quick start for Jey Uso.
My thing used to be, Rube says, it's got to be chocolate milk. My thing used to be strawberry milk, like Nesquik strawberry. Ooh, I used to love that as a kid. My grandma used to buy me the Nesquik box, and I would just do the scoops onto the milk. Oh, it's spinning around. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Oh, good days, good days. Good times. I can't do that no more. Oh, RT says they aired it while I was having my Bella Twins talk. Oh, dang it. Here I am like, oh, it's so unceremoniously. And then they had a whole ass video package for it. Dang.
Walking wounded, and he's now desperately trying to find
so like even for creamers, I do non-dairy creamers, which I have found some really good non-dairy ones. I pretty much tried them all. Like all the non-dairy creamers, I was just trying all the ones I could find.
When Gunther's throwing offense at you, especially that chop, any chance of you blocking it or moving is gone with those busted.
Van76 says, have you tried the blue milk from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge? Alex tried it yesterday, and she offered me some, but I was like, I don't think I could have any. I'm like, I don't know what's in it. I'm like, I don't want to have a bad reaction, so I didn't want to risk it. So I was like, just describe it to me.
And we're World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther.
All right, so let's see. We're back on the commercial from the commeral break. This show is definitely going over the 2-hour, 30-minute mark because we're 2 minutes away from the show. What time it's normally been ending, so I think today will definitely be a longer show.
And look at Jey Uso, almost had him. Gunther, though, back lands on his knee. A third time for Jey Uso. He's got Gunther in a vertical suplex.
Jey with the landing. Hurting his own ribs in the process again. You're so limited in the offense you can throw without hurting those ribs. And when instinct kicks in, and of course against Gunther, you don't get many options anyway. You have to take what's there. But it's backfired again for Jey Uso.
And a problem, Wade, is a slow pace helps Gunther, the ring general. Jey has to pick up the pace, but Kenny with the injured ribs.
The longer it goes on, the more the swelling grows in those ribs.
I'm like, I don't know if I should be nervous or excited.
The more your body seizes up.
Like, how's everyone feeling? Are you feeling nervous, anxious, excited?
And Alex
I think I'm feeling a little anxious because I'm just like, why are we running this match back? What is going to happen? Why do I feel anxious?
Turn it around in a hurry.
I feel a little anxiety right now.
on the shoulder, dropping Gunther to the mat.
Jey's not just surviving now, he's learning, he's adapting, he's growing into this fight just when he really needed it.
Yeah, but nobody home as Gunther was able to
taking
duck
so
out
much
of harm's
pain to
way.
that
And again, the impact
midsection of his.
Jey Uso. And again, Gunther for the sleeper.
Jey walks out as
out
champion
here.
tonight. He's
Gunther
holding on by a
really wants to
thread.
win it with a move Jey used to beat him at WrestleMania.
Indeed.
Jonathan
Gunther
says,
was
waiting,
embarrassed and
Drew
humiliated
has to
after
be set
tapping
up
out to
something,
Jey Uso at
and
WrestleMania.
says
Would
he's a
love to tap
bit
the champion
bored.
tonight. Jey Uso trying
Iman
to
says
drag
yes,
Gunther over the top
maybe
rope
something
and
will
break
happen.
this here. Gunther dumped to the floor.
We got WrestleMania who says
Desperation
waiting for
move from
some
Jey Uso
disqualification
is
to
now
happen.
blocking
Frank's
out the
feeling
pain and hitting
impatient.
top speed.
And now he hits the suicide dive, and down goes Gunther.
Drew
and
says,
Uso
or else
trying
it'll
to
feel like a
rally now.
waste. I mean, I
Jey
just
Uso's
don't know
best
why
hope at this point may
they would
well be
announce
a
it a
double
month in
count
advance.
out. Neither man
You know, if
moving
something wasn't going to
whatsoever.
happen.
Jey can't even breathe.
Zachary Walton says, I'm curious to see if Seth cashes in. Robert says, I'm nervous Goldberg will ruin this match.
Yeah, you can't
Johnny
move,
T
you
says,
can't twist,
DQ
you
coming.
can't inhale. You
Luis
certainly
says, just here
can't
for the
defend
show.
The World Heavyweight Championship against the Ring General Gunther.
Yeah, Gunther mentioned it before. He's a machine. He's a
Continuing
Terminator.
on
Takes all the
pain
emotion
on
out
Jey.
of the matchup. It's just kill or be killed when it comes to Gunther. No mercy, no
All right, we have
remorse.
officially hit the 2-hour, 30-minute
Absence
mark.
of malice.
So as of right now,
To the
we
top, your
are
mind
going a
has to
little
be
longer than we have been the last
compassion-free
couple of
zone, and that
weeks.
is something Gunther excels at.
Gunther top rope. Uso
Knees
got
up.
his knees up. Jey, spin.
Here,
Gotta kill it now, Jey.
going to the
Got
top,
him in position.
okay.
Jey Uso going up top, looking to retain the championship. Jey Uso now. Uso splash.
All
And
right,
Jey
one,
hooks the leg. Gunther kicks out.
CJ here says there's a chance we get a real world heavyweight champion by the
Jey
end.
Uso
Aww,
out of nowhere,
that's so
connected with
mean,
the spear, something in the
CJ.
big
What did
back.
Jey Uso do to
Putting his own
you?
body on the line to hit the big one.
CJ.
The splash. This is it. Not today. Not against the Ring General. And that might have been Jey Uso's final flurry. Gone up in smoke.
I was going to say, Wade, if you're Uso, mentally, how do you cope with the fact that you just hit him with your 1-2 and he kicked out?
It's utterly devastating at the best of times, even more so when you doubt your body's own ability to cooperate and hit something that big again in this match.
CJ says no yeet. I went
Uso
no
trying to
yeet for a
drag
very
himself
long time too.
Back to his feet
Like,
here.
the actual no yeet. Like I didn't like
Gunther as
the
well.
no yeet stuff.
Uso
I liked the no
measuring
yeet
his
stuff.
mate.
I used to hate
Gone
yeet.
for unsighted and defenseless, pulling himself
Eric
up
Diaz
in the
says I like the
corner.
match so far. It hasn't been bad. It's just that we've seen it so many times.
now he does.
Woo!
He turns Jey
Clothesline
inside
turned him
Absolutely
inside out.
baited Jey in. He was fully aware what was going on there, Cole.
And now Gunther went with a power bomb. Uso able to counter.
One,
Puts the leg and
two,
retain.
two.
2.5.
So much resilience.
All right, my
from
anxiety's
Jey
starting
Uso.
to build
And a
up.
kick to Gunther, and now Gunther's in trouble. And now Jey Uso back into the sleeper. Jey Uso looking to take out Gunther. Gunther turns it around though. And a knee right to the spine.
So well skilled technically. Not more than 5 seconds in these sleepers. And Gunther
Oh
wriggles it.
no, not the power bomb. Stacks him up. Jey still has some life.
Now Gunther perhaps starting to get frustrated. He knows he's got a lame duck in the ring with him, but he simply cannot put him to the sword.
Yeah, valiant champion Jey Uso able to kick out of that power bomb despite the injured midsection. Gunther though realizes Uso's
All right,
wounded,
this is taking a
and
bit
he's waiting
for Jey to
take
get
out
up.
his prey.
Gunther is hurting. That is a testament
A long
to the
bit.
job Jey Uso has
Gunther's
already
just
done
waiting,
this evening.
waiting
It
to
might
get his
be
prey.
about to go downhill rapidly.
Gunther with a
And
spear.
with a
Gunther
spear.
with a spear of his own. Cover. Hooks the leg. Jey
Two.
still in it.
Okay.
Man, Gunther wanted to take out Jey
Oh,
with
man.
Jey's own move, and somehow Uso was able to kick out.
First time in Gunther's career he's tried that. He tried it for a reason. Message sent to a broken and battered Jey Uso.
Yeah, but what a courageous title defense tonight from main event Jey Uso.
It's slowing down instead of speeding up right now, so I don't know what to make of it.
More momentum than anybody on the roster. It might be about to hit a brick wall in the form of this big Austrian.
Jey trying to...
Big Time Baxter says this match should not have been going on this long. I was actually waiting for, like, you know how usually, like, towards the end, match starts to, like, pick up? I thought we were going to get there after the spear, but I was so wrong.
Where is it? Show it to me now.
Hits them better than anyone else.
Now just trash talking.
We got CJ here who says Gunther's first spear better than all of Jey's.
Without a fight.
Yeah, people tend to call out Jey on his spears. It's not a Bron Breakker spear, you know. Bron Breakker right now has the best spear in biz.
Showing some guts and hearts tonight.
But he's fighting back, finally.
And the courageous champion now. Went for a
fighting
sleeper.
back.
But again, Gunther out so quickly, and then one of his own. You ain't getting out of this one. Oh, yes, you are.
And Jey Uso driving Gunther face first into the turnbuckle. Kick of his own. Jey.
Okay, nice. Okay, he hit the spear. All right, now let's see.
Does Jey have anything left?
Now he's going to the top again.
First time. Gunther's softened up for good now.
Jey heading up top.
Crowd's feeling it. Nope, Gunther moves.
Nobody home. Right to the bad
What
ribs.
is gonna happen?
And that could prove costly for the champion.
And that was as close as you'll ever get to a scream from Jey Uso. Involuntary. An outlet for this massive amount of pain. And oh my God, the hooks are in cold.
Yeah, the constrictor-like maneuver here by Gunther. Now he just puts the full weight of his body on top of Uso. Look at how the arm is slipped underneath the
Jey make it?
Choke as Jey now tries to make it to the bottom rope. That
what if Jey passes out?
Can Jey hang on?
No, wait,
Can
no.
Jey Uso hang
oh,
on?
wait, never mind. He pulled him back in. Oh, no, wait.
Gunther with a sleeper still applied.
Again, no way out of this perhaps for Jey. He's desperately scrambling with everything he's got.
He's got the, never mind, he pulled him.
Yeah,
but Gunther pulled him back to the center of the ring.
Yeah, he didn't have a good grip on that rope. Certainly not
Jey,
good
throw
enough
some
to break
elbows
that
or
hold.
something.
He just drags
Throw
Uso
some
back
elbows,
down the
something.
ring. Jey Uso, center of the ring.
Don't pass out.
Gunther's got his entire weight wrapped
What if
around
he
the
passes
body
out?
of Jey Uso. Jey trying to fight back, the champion trying to stay in this.
This audience willing Jey back into this. Do something, please.
Jey Uso trying to fight out, but his
Oh,
eyes
no,
look
don't
like
tell
they're
me he's
beginning
gonna
to roll to
pass
the back of
out.
his head. Jey, does he have some fight left? Jey trying to stay in this. Jey trying to fight back. Jey trying to make it to the ropes.
All the while that carotid
Jey,
artery
use that
is being
yeet power.
squeezed shut.
Back to a vertical base for Uso, but Gunther drags him
Jesus,
back
he
down
locked
the
it in
mat
even
again,
more.
and that could be the last gasp for the World Heavyweight Champion. Can Jey stay in it?
Fading rapidly, the eyes of Jey.
Hey, now he's getting him some elbows. Nasty.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay,
Now
all
Uso
right,
with a
Jey.
sleeper. Uso with an opportunity. Somehow staying in this.
I don't know how Uso's got any power
trying.
left in those limbs.
All out adrenaline for the champion. Gunther's now fading. Shades of WrestleMania.
I wasn't
Shades
sure
of
if the crowd was
WrestleMania.
cheering for
From the
Jey or
ring
cheering because
tap.
something else is
Will
happening.
Uso retain
I wasn't
here?
sure.
Is Gunther going to tap out
Hey,
again?
Gunther gonna
Coming
tap
about Jey
again.
Uso.
No, he's
Gunther
not.
is
He's
way
out.
out there again. Gunther able to slip underneath,
nasty
and now the
elbows.
well-placed elbows to Uso. And now Gunther again wraps it in.
And he's got it
And Gunther
again.
now wrapped
I've
around the
lost
body
track
the
of how many
champion.
sleepers we've
Does
seen
Jey
now.
have anything left? Anything left?
So much taken out of Jey. The eyes surely faded now. Must be a million miles away from those ropes. There's no fight left, Cole.
Jey has nothing left in him, and it doesn't appear.
Johnny T
Trying
says
to
sleeper
somehow
war.
slip out of this sleeper by Gunther.
A sleeper
Jey
war.
Uso's out. Jey Uso is
Wait.
out, I believe. He
No!
is out. Gunther
They did
becomes
do the
the
thing
new
where he's
world
gonna
champion.
pass out.
Here is your winner and the new
No, I had a feeling they were going to do that, and they did do it. Why? Why?
Well, the expression on the face of the new
Why?
world champion says it all. He knows he was in a fight tonight, a massive fight with a very game and valiant, courageous Jey Uso.
Okay, are
But
we
at the
getting
end
a
of the
cash
day,
in?
Gunther is once again, for the second time in his career,
I don't
a
know. I feel
world
like what if we are
heavyweight
getting a Seth
champion.
cash in? or something.
Jey Uso's just done too much over the last couple of months. He's been one hell of a champion. But I'll tell you, I don't care how good you are in this game. Even the very best take an L occasionally. But the greats, they come back and they avenge their losses with whatever it takes. And it took everything but the kitchen sink from Gunther tonight to prize Jey Uso's grip of the World Heavyweight Championship. You do question what kind of fight would it be had Jey Uso really been rested at 100%, but Gunther didn't care, and nor should he. This was about the big one. This was about the gold. This was about the World Heavyweight Championship.
I don't know, dude. I feel like either they got to do this for a reason or what. I don't know. I felt like there was something else that was going to happen. If this is it, like, I don't even know what to say. And y'all know your girl loves Gunther. I love Gunther, but like...
Once again, the dawning of the Ring General's
That's
era.
wild.
Gunther is once again World Heavyweight Champion.
I don't even know what to say. What happened? Why are we making these decisions? What is happening? I don't know what's happening. I really, really thought we were going to see like something happen from this, but all right, let me see. If any of you guys have any better theories, please let me know here because I'm just a little bit thrown off here. Let's see. We got CJ here who says Gunther's first spear better than all of Jay's. Oh, yeah, I read that one. CJ says this match killing me, just spamming sleepers. And CJ says LFG European excellence. No, Jay went to sleep. I'm a fan of Gunther, but this just felt like premature. It felt premature to end Jay's run. It really, really did just feel like premature. I don't even know what to say, like what's happening or anything. I really don't know. Send in your thoughts, guys. What did you guys think? We got Eric Diaz here who says, I'm sad for Jay. We got a super chat from Sin City Insane who says that was them punishing us for making them bring back truth. Oh, Sin City Insane. I feel like, I didn't think about it that way. And I don't think that's what it is. I don't know. I don't feel too confident in agreeing with you. I like your perspective, Sin City Saint. I like the way you're thinking, but I just don't know if that's legitimate, especially given that, Jey Uso is making the company a lot of money with his Yeet stuff and his merch and all of that. I don't think that's I don't think so, but damn. Sin City Saint, thank you so much for the super chat. We got Rubes M here who says he overdid the E entrance. Tony says, who knows? Who cares? Spend Big says it's not WWE anymore. It's TKO. Pile Driver Finisher says Jay ain't that guy. Zay Cruz says it's better for when Seth cashes in. It ain't on Jay. Don the Visionary says that was an ending to say the least. Lee said he only had 2 successful title defenses. Dino VFR says wild that they took the belt off of him. Infamous DJ1 says, good night, everyone. Solid Raw. Also, guys, I will be joined by Santi in just a couple of minutes, and we will be discussing this a lot further. Joseph Boza says it made Gunther look weak going after Jay, who wasn't 100%. Yeah, but he's a heel. But he's a heel. If he was a babyface, then sure. But since he's a heel, it's like fine. All right. Oh my gosh. AU, you're wildin'. He said truth wins it from Gunther. All right, let's see. Let me go through some more. Race Pierce says definitely premature. Jay is really over with the crowd. That's how I feel too. SES here says finally Gunther, a real champion, is back. Richard Martinez says no yeet. Lee says Jay was just a transitional champion. Oh no, hearing those words hurt. I don't know. Tracy says, I think it's trash. Jay is everywhere with this title and the hate towards Jay is just crazy. I definitely was not. This was not a scenario that when we were talking here about scenarios and what might or might not happen, this really wasn't one that we indulged, honestly. Oh my God. All right. We got RT here who says it was hard to take Jey serious as champion if we're being real honest. But I don't think it was hard to take him serious as champion. I like Jey as a character, but I just think that it was the booking around him. Like, they really just, God, they just didn't do him any favors. They really did not do him any favors. Man, Sin City Saint says, sorry, my mind is dark sometimes. Hey, there are dark people out there like doing bad things. So like, hey, sometimes having a mind like that works. Cause you're like not surprised by it. I watch a lot of documentaries, bro. Trust me. I've seen what people be doing out there. So sometimes thinking that way is crazy. No, but like actually works out thinking that way sometimes. Uncle Donk here says, I'm counting days until All In. But this has nothing to do with WWE, Uncle Doug. If you watch WWE, how's All In saving you? Unless you're just like, I don't care about anything, I just care about All In, then that would make sense. That was funny, Uncle Doug. You threw me off. All right, let's see what else we got here and see what everyone is saying. We got Steven Marchuli here who says, Goldberg title match or Gunther versus Brock? I would it'd be most likely Goldberg versus Gunther. I'm not expecting Brock back at the moment. All right, let's see what else we got here. And Nick the Nennis says, I think WWE thinks the money is in Jey's chasing. Well, the money is always in the chase, but he just did the chase. We just saw him do the chase. We saw him do the chase, capture, and go on from there. We got Plugger here who says, that was crap. Let's see what else we got here. Let me go through some more thoughts. I got a lot of different predictions here as to what people are thinking. I'm seeing like a real mix here. We got Rahul here who says Jey will be added next week to King of the Ring. He might win against Gunther and then Seth cashes in. And mind you, there is still another open spot for somebody there. Red Eye says, I wonder if it's because Goldberg versus Gunther for the world title. That should 100% not be for the world title. I was thinking that. I don't want it to be for the world title. The best option that I'm seeing so far is that they wanted Seth to cash in on Gunther and not on Jey. That's honestly the best explanation for all of this so far. We got BJ Dixon, HGA, who says, I love Jey. I'm not exactly happy about this ending. And then what else we got here? I'm laughing at Big Time Baxter's message because that probably is going to happen. It probably is. I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. Marshman96 says, does this mean we have more Jey Gunther matches? Lord help us. Hey, if he gets a rematch, sure. Yeshiva Viper says the Yeet party is finally over. Oh, that's not over, dude. Like, with or without the champion, we're going to get the Yeet entrance regardless. So if you were hoping that was over, that's definitely not over. Definitely not. Let's see what else we got here. We got Jared Thomas who says Jey had a longer title run than I thought he would have. What? Jared, what? I thought he was going to hold it at least until SummerSlam. I wasn't expecting this short of a reign for him. Definitely not this short. We got Anthony Giuliano here who says, what did you think of R-Truth cutting his hair? Oh, I thought it was phenomenal, dude. The promo, the moment, all of it was very, very, very cool. Anthony, thank you so much for sending this in. All right, I'm trying to catch up with everyone's comments. We got CJ here who says, Yeeters cry more, no yeet now and forever. CJ, you're still going to get the yeets. Trust me, you're still going to get it. You can't escape it, bro. The yeet movement is everywhere. All right, let me catch up with some more comments. I'm still waiting for Santi, so give him some time. I usually stall until he gets here. We got Brandon here who says, same thing cashing in on Gunther as long as he's upright. No, I think Seth will probably cash in on Gunther. That's the only explanation I feel right now when it comes to why they took the title off of Jey. All right, and Maui also had a similar comment as to what Sin City Saint had earlier, which is Maui saying Jey lost because they brought truth back. They couldn't let us win 2 nice things. Damn, we can't have nice things, guys. We just can't have nice things. But let me tell you something. Some of you guys are having some nice things. And if you're having those nice things, make sure your thing is nice and hard. Make sure it's nice and hard with Blue Chew. Blue Chew, promo code Denise. Are you having technical difficulties in bed? Are you tired of being counted out, tapping out, or simply jobbing out? Get out of developmental and get drafted to the best sex you ever had with today's podcast sponsor, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets. These erection-enhancing tablets help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections for sexual activities. And Blue Chew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a month free. The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Remember, hard times breed better men. So make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use the promo code Denise. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code Denise. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. All right, I am still waiting for Santi, guys, so I'm still going to give him some time to hop into the stream. But in the meantime, I'm going to go through some more of everyone's comments and see what everyone is saying about basically what went down here. I really thought that our biggest story that we were going to talk about today was John Cena and CM Punk, and now that feels like a background story, which is kind of nuts because that's a pretty big story too, but that's where we're at. Anthony Giuliano says, I think our truth will be WWE champion soon. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you know, he's more over than he's ever been after everything that took place today. It's a possibility we could see Ron Killings, win the championship. I could actually see him winning more so the Intercontinental Championship. I can see that happening. We got Liv and Rox here who says John Cena loses to Seth, cashing in at night. Okay, so Liv and Rox predicts John Cena loses to Seth, cashing in at Night of Champions. WWE title comes to Raw where it should be. The number one title, the number one show. Gunther moves to SmackDown. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see Seth Rollins cashing in on John Cena. I think that story is for Cody Rhodes to finish. Another story for Cody Rhodes to finish because Cody Rhodes is going to need his redemption. And that's why I do not see, unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't see this outcome happening because, again, I think that's for Cody to do. Thank you, Liv and Rocks. We got Sin City Saint who says, Mom, Denise said I need to get Blue Chew. Can I use your credit card? Hey, however you get the Blue Chew, I don't care how you get it, as long as you use promo code Denise, all right? That's all I care about, all right? Take your mom's credit card. I don't care. Do not clip that out of context. As long as you use promo code Denise on BlueChew.com, I'm good, all right? I'm good. We got CJ here who says, nah, but in all seriousness, maybe Jey is injured. I haven't seen anything like that. If something like that were to pop up, then that would make a little bit more sense, but I don't think so because, again, this match was announced like a month in advance. So I almost think that this was the plan all along, but who knows? I could be wrong. Sheldon Jackson here says, after that transition, I think we know what Didi is going to do after the stream. Osprey Tokyo Dome performance. She comes. I think Reg might be getting an image tonight. For those of you who don't listen to the AEW podcast, this is a very, very inside joke between the Wednesday night crew. But Sheldon, I appreciate you. And hey, I'm just here to promote, all right? I'm just here to promote. I hope everyone has a good time doing their thing. That's all I want. I don't care when you do it, who you do it with. Just make sure you use promo code Denise, all right? That's all I care about. Thank you, Sheldon. We got Rahul P here who says, have loved all your videos recently. Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide reviews were great, including post-event press conference videos. Thank you so much, Rahul. I'm so glad you appreciated those. It's a lot sometimes to make sure to try to tackle everything. I always try my best to get, the live streams and everything. Hold on one second, guys. Santi just sent me a message. Okay. All right, so I'm probably gonna have to get started without Santi, because he is way backed up right now. So I'm gonna continue to stall for a few more minutes, and then after that, I will go ahead and press on from that. So let me just catch up, and then we'll see where Santi is by then, but I think he's a little bit behind at the moment. All right, so we got Rahul here. As I was saying, dude, no, it is hard to kind of get, the reactions, to get the reviews, to get the live streams, to try to get everything. And it's always this battle of like, okay, what am I going to pick? But I felt really good about everything that came through here today. Thank you so much, Rahul. We got Letter Jeans here who says Gunther champ and now Kenny Omega rumored to WWE. I don't believe in that rumor. I haven't even seen that from like anybody credible. So I can't comment on that any further until I actually see where that's coming from. Thank you so much, Ladder Jeans. We got Nick Grasso here who says possible storyline: Sami wins King of the Ring, beats Gunther at SummerSlam. Let me reread that. It says possible storyline: Sami wins King of the Ring, beats Gunther at SummerSlam. Seth cashes in. Sami chooses Seth to WrestleMania 42 to get his moment. Let me look at that. So Sami winning, it could happen. He qualified here today. And then Seth cashing in, beats Gunther. That would be cool. He's beaten Gunther in the past for the Intercontinental Championship, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. And then Seth cash in on Sami. There's some things about this that I can see playing out, Nick. Okay, not too bad. Thank you, Nick. We got Sucho here who says LA Knight on Raw, draft soon, Knight on Raw, LA Knight World Heavyweight Championship soon. Trust that, Sucho. Well, we did see LA Knight today take out Bron Breakker of all people, so now he's gonna really have a problem with Seth's guys, with Bron and Seth and Bronson. So he's picked a battle with 3 guys there that are kind of a big deal there. So yeah, thank you, Sucho. We got Saif Din Super here who says, I thought Jey had a better reign than Gunther. Triple H needs to stay off Twitter all day and stop listening to these losers. He's so boring. So look, Gunther's reign was also like not a bad one either. It wasn't great. It wasn't anything like his Intercontinental Championship reign, but his reign was a lot longer than Jey's. So like you can't really, I think Gunther's reign was still better than Jey's because it just had more time and a little bit more matches than what Jey had. So that's where I'm at with that. So I don't think that Jey's reign was better. I don't know why they did it, guys. I'm telling you, there's only one reason, and I think it's because of Seth Rollins. And I think that they want him to cash in on Gunther and not Jey Uso. But that's where we're at with that. All right. Thank you so much, Saif Done Super. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start the post show. And then once Santi joins us, we'll make sure to obviously get his thoughts on all of that. So I will be starting the post show now. And then actually, before I do, just a friendly reminder to everybody, though, that if you do want to go to Fanatics Fest on June 20th through June 22nd, I do have an affiliate link. It should be in the description box below. And if not, I'll add it after the show. I usually do add it before, but sometimes I forget to. But anyways, I'll make sure that it's added after the show for Fanatics Fest. I will be in New York. It's my first time going to Fanatics Fest, and I'm excited about it because, there's going to be all these talents and all these people there, so I think it'll be a good time. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm just going to get the show started, and then when Santi joins us, he will join us. So let's do this. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Monday Night Raw post show. It is Monday, June 9th, and we had a hell of an episode with Monday Night Raw. There's a lot of news coming out of today's show. Now, for those of you who are wondering where the hell is Santi at, he will hopefully be joining us throughout the stream. He's running a little bit behind with his own stream, but then he'll be coming in here and hanging out with us, so we'll make sure to get his thoughts as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to get started because there is a lot to get in on this, and it was kind of going into today's episode of Raw, I had seen everything that was being promoted. John Cena, Ron Killings, Nikki Bella, 2 big matches for the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. So I was looking at this and I was thinking, oh my God, like this is going to be a good episode of Raw. And the thing that I was least interested in was Jey Uso versus Gunther, because this is something that we have seen 5,000 times. But we all could have the thought process going into this, though, was, hey, something major is going to happen here. What is going to happen between Jey and Gunther and in this match that propelled WWE to make this announcement about a month or so in advance that we were going to be getting this rematch, and then to also, just have it go out there, have it be the main event, right? So you're looking at this and you're thinking, okay, something's got to happen. But what? Along the lines of what we were thinking was actually going to go down, we were thinking, okay, maybe Seth Rollins cashes in. He just won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Maybe this is one of those situations where we get a quick cash in. It can happen. All right. He's got this dominant group. It could happen. It did not. The other thing that we were expecting was, what about the possibility of Goldberg? Friday night when I did the SmackDown review, I was feeling pretty confident that the Goldberg direction was what we would be getting out of this matchup here. I thought, okay, maybe, Goldberg is going to go out there and attack Gunther, and Jey Uso will retain that way, and this will lead to Goldberg versus Gunther, which we all know is going to be happening soon. And that didn't happen either. So now we're sitting here with, okay, none of the outcomes that we thought were a possibility came true. Instead, and then I even said, like, oh yeah, well, what if just Jey Uso just wins and we end Raw just like that with nothing happening? And I really entertained all of those ideas, all of those possibilities, but the idea that I did not entertain at all was Gunther successfully defeating Jey Uso for the title. I did not entertain that possibility at all. And I didn't because, what the hell, guys? Jey Uso just won the title. He just won the title at WrestleMania. And not only that, it took him like a pretty long time to even get the title, to even be able to defeat Gunther. Any of you guys recall, it was coming off of such a hot freaking, for a while, the Jey Uso Gunther feud, because they announced the matchup so far in advance. If you guys recall, they announced the matchup because he won the Royal Rumble, and it was about like 5 weeks. I think we had like 5 or 6 weeks from when the Royal Rumble happened and when we found out he was going to be facing Gunther to actual WrestleMania. So it was several weeks of them basically trying to stretch this out, right? Tried to fill in the gap. And it wasn't until the involvement of Jimmy Uso, if you recall, he gave Gunther that big massive slap, and then he also got beaten and completely battered by Gunther. So it wasn't until that point of the story that this feud between Jey Uso and Gunther actually got hot. Prior to that, people were kind of just thinking, what the hell? What are we going to do? We're not really that interested in Gunther versus Jey Uso. We just saw this match at Saturday night's main event, and we had even seen it before. So what the hell are we doing here? And so that was basically the feeling, the emotion before that matchup. And so Jey Uso wins the title at WrestleMania. Awesome. He defends the title on Monday Night Raw, May 5th against Seth Rollins. Okay, wins that. Then he has a match with Jey Uso and Bron Breakker. That match was not for the title, but it ended in DQ. And then he successfully defeated Logan Paul at Saturday night's main event that was for the title. And then after that, he had the tag team match on Monday Night Raw, and then he had a tag team match for Money in the Bank. So he only defended the title against 2 people successfully, Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. That is it from WrestleMania till now. And then bam, just like that, in this matchup with Gunther in the main event of Raw, Gunther defeats Jey Uso. I feel bad because I feel like when Jey won, people we knew he was going to win at WrestleMania, but it was more so when he won at Royal Rumble. When he won at Royal Rumble, everybody was thinking WTF. We all thought John Cena was going to win that. I didn't have Jey Uso winning that match. He wasn't even in my top 5 of people that I thought was going to win that match. And then he did. And people were like, what the F? Why did Jey Uso win? He got so much hate for that. But then he went out there and he did this really great press conference promo that night. And I just remember him talking about, how long he's worked so hard to get here. And I'm thinking, damn, I can't hate Jey Uso. Like, I know everybody was surprised that he won the Royal Rumble. I was surprised too, but I just can't hate the guy. I can't. But we knew he was going to defeat Gunther at WrestleMania. We knew that that was what was going to happen. And so I think that kind of took out a little bit of the excitement for some people, but not everybody though. Not everybody. Like, Jey Uso still has a big fan base. And if he didn't, you wouldn't be seeing millions of freaking Yeet shirts every time you go to wrestling shows. Like, I have gone to a shit ton of wrestling shows. And the top people that I see with that their merch is mostly sold, it's Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Rhea Ripley are like the top people, and of course John Cena. But if those are like the top people that you see with their merch, like everywhere I go, I see Yeet shirts. The Yeet thing just really, really exploded for WWE fans. The guy is popular. People love to do the Yeet entrance. It's a whole thing. And so with all of that, I really thought, okay, Jey Uso's probably going to be champion all the way until, maybe SummerSlam. Maybe that's when he's going to hold the title till. And that didn't happen. Instead, it ended here today, and I kind of feel bad about it. And it felt like, okay, so did something happen? Is there something that we don't know about, or was this the plan all along? Because if this was the plan all along, that stinks. If something happened, like, maybe he's secretly hurt or something, or there's a really great idea coming up that we don't know about, then awesome. But if not, then this stinks. This stinks for Jey Uso. This stinks for fans. I wanted Jey Uso to prove people otherwise because he did get so much hate. I wanted him to prove otherwise, to say, you know what? I deserve to be world heavyweight champion. I deserve to be here. And unfortunately, I don't know that he was able to successfully do that. So I am bummed at how his championship reign ended. As to why, my possible theories are, okay, maybe Seth Rollins is going to cash in, and they don't want him to cash in on Jey Uso. They want him to cash in on a heel like Gunther. So I can see that being the reason for that. I really hope the reason is not because they want to do Gunther versus Goldberg for the title. I really hope that's not the reason, because Gunther and Goldberg does not need the championship whatsoever. And in no blue world did anybody here think that Goldberg was actually going to be winning the title from Gunther. So I hope that that's not the case. I hope that the situation is Seth Rollins is cashing in on Gunther. That's the only thing that I can think of right then and there. So that's where I'm at on all of that. I just, damn guys, like I do feel really, really bad about it. So that's where we're at with Jey Uso and his title reign. But I feel like they should have given him more of time. I really, really wish they would have given him more time to be able to prove himself otherwise. We got Christopher Marino here who says Jey as the mystery person in King of the Ring. So that's another thing that people have been wondering, who is going to be the mystery person? And we've kind of gotten a lot of different names that were thrown out. I asked my chat earlier, and you guys all basically said, you gave me a bunch of names. Also, I don't know why I'm playing with scissors. I think R-Truth got into me. Ron Killings got into me. I'm like doing this. Literally, I was playing with the scissors as I was talking. Yo, what if I would have accidentally cut my hair? What if I would have accidentally cut the wires? Girl, get rid of the scissors. I don't know what happened there. But let's talk about this King of the Ring tournament and Queen of the Ring tournament, because there's a lot here. Plus, we also still have John Cena and Cody Rhodes. That was a whole other thing. But let's go ahead and talk about the King of the Ring. So here's what we got. Sami Zayn continued on in the tournament here today after defeating Penta and Bron Breakker and Rey Mysterio. And this, guys, was an incredible matchup, okay? An incredible matchup. I thought he did I thought that all these guys did so good. At one point, I was laughing so hard because Bron Breakker does that one clothesline spot off of the ring apron to the commentary desk every single time, right? Like, that's one of the things that he does. But I felt like he did it so hard on Dominik Mysterio this week that it made me feel like he hates Dominik Mysterio or something. And it was during this match that LA Knight came out and attacked Bron Breakker. So you got that something to get excited about if you're an LA Knight fan, because I think people have been also wondering, hey, what is next for LA Knight after he didn't win the Money in the Bank again for a third time in a row? And even in LA, he couldn't win the Money in the Bank. So at this point, I think that Money in the Bank ship sailed for LA Knight, unfortunately. So now people have been wondering what's next. Clearly, he's going to get into something with Bron Breakker. But as for King of the Ring, though, Sami Zayn advances. In the bottom left for the blue brands, we got Randy Orton, LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Carmelo Hayes. Jesus, that could literally be anybody. I think it would be more interesting to see Randy and Sami Zayn, considering that, you know, both of those guys are very close to Kevin Owens. And after everything that happened with that situation, I think that could be something that we end up seeing there. Then on the top right corner for the blue brands, Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Andrade, and Shinsuke Nakamura. I definitely think that's Cody Rhodes to take that. Then bottom right for the Raw brand, Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and the Mystery Person. Some of the suggestions that people have thrown out included people threw out Karrion Kross, people threw out Joe Hendry, people suggested as of recently Jey Uso. And there was a couple of the ones that I'm not thinking of right now that were also mentioned, but I don't really know who it might be though. Who might be the one to make it in there, but I feel like depending on who the mystery person is, it's got to probably be the mystery person who wins this match. If not, Bronson Reed. And then I'm thinking maybe like, fuck, what's the ending going to look like? I don't know. Sami Zayn, Cody. Shit. I really don't know that I don't know if that's going to be the end of it, but it can kind of go in a bunch of different directions here. So damn, that's looking good. You know what? I will say this. I'm kind of glad that this time, I feel like usually when WWE does these tournaments, I feel like a lot of these times they're very, very predictable. And this time, I don't feel like it's predictable. Like, I actually feel like it can go in so many different directions, which is a good thing. All right. So actually, we got a couple of super chats. So let's see what you guys are saying. Thank you so much to everybody, by the way, for the support. We got Uncle Donk here who says, give it a year or Solo will be super over when he's free to be more of a comedic wrestler. So this is something that I've mentioned on the SmackDown side, is that I feel like Solo is naturally more of a funny kind of guy, because part of the reason why nobody was getting into Solo Sikoa was because he didn't feel authentic as a heel. He felt like he was just a guy trying to fill Roman Reigns' shoes. And so it just doesn't feel authentically him. However, I don't know if he's going to be like hella over, because, you know, Jacob Fatu is that guy and he's going to be feuding with Jacob Fatu, and ain't nobody going to be rooting Solo Sikoa over Jacob Fatu. So I don't know, but I do think the comedic side of him will shine through a lot more than what he was originally doing, looking like he was trying to be Roman Reigns 2.0. Bob Ross Jr., thank you, Uncle Donk. Bob Ross here says, okay, hear me out. Ilya is the mystery opponent for next week. Wins King of the Ring. Gunther versus Ilya, SummerSlam. Let me dream. Look, Bob, somebody mentioned that to me earlier about Ilya Dragunov. And everyone here that has listened to my podcast, especially when I covered NXT when Ilya was on, you guys know how big of a fan I am of Ilya Dragunov. I think that guy, had he not been injured, I think he would have been Intercontinental Champion by now. I think they probably would have even done Gunther versus Ilya by now again. I truly believe that. Unfortunately, his injury, you know, we'll never know until he comes back, right? And I hope that when he comes back, he still gets that same attention that he was getting when he was on Raw, because he was getting good attention on Raw. He was having matches consistently. Like, he didn't feel he didn't feel forgotten about, right? Like he didn't feel like he would be left in commentary. I'm sorry, in catering. It didn't feel like he would be left in catering for, forever. No, it actually felt like they liked him. They used him on the show and all was good. And you knew bigger, better things were going to happen. Now, I want to see Gunther and Ilya. Sign me the hell up. I remember like when people were kind of getting irritated with Gunther as champion, they were saying like, oh, Gunther's boring, this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, I think a lot of people that weren't really like giving attention to like the stuff that's not Raw and SmackDown, all the NXT stuff, I think that people that didn't get to see Gunther and Ilya definitely missed out on that because I feel like Gunther to me has never been boring. I think the Gunther Jey Uso storyline got boring, but that's only because we saw that storyline for like forever and it didn't need to be as long as it was, but here we are today. But no, I think Gunther is freaking great. It's just that right now the fans lost a lot of interest in Gunther, which is why, again, I was so surprised that they even put the title back on him. Oh my God. All right. So Bob Ross, thank you so much for the super chat. And yeah, I would love to see Gunther and Ilya. We got Chillin' with Chase here who says, Gunther has been on WWE TV for 2,340 days. Gunther's total number of days as champion is 1,795 days. 77% of Gunther's time is as champion. Chillin' with Chase. Thank you so much for the super chat because this is something that we have known. I didn't have the actual numbers like Chillin' with Chase, but we have known that Gunther has been champ or holding gold for the whole time, basically. He was NXT UK champion, on the main roster, Intercontinental Champion, had a legendary reign as Intercontinental Champion, won the World Heavyweight Champion, then he won the freaking King of the Ring thing, and then also now he's champion once again. This man can never not have gold around his waist. And I get like, I'm a Gunther fan, guys. Like I am a Gunther fan. But again, it still felt weird that they ended Jey Uso's reign the way they did. And I really hope though, I wonder how this Jey Uso loss, how much like, is Gunther going to get more heat now over it? Because if he does, I'm here for that. Like, let's give all the heat that we can to Gunther. I'm here for that. But I just want them to bring back the Gunther aura that he had. I want them to bring back that aura of this man can come out here and kill anybody. I remember I was not a fan of the Pat McAfee stuff that he did. I wasn't a fan because I felt like Pat McAfee shouldn't have been as successful as he was in that matchup with Gunther. I didn't feel like he should have been because at the end of the day, like sure, Pat McAfee has wrestled, but at the end of the day, he's not a full-time wrestler like Gunther. And Gunther has put, legitimate wrestlers through the ringer. So you just can't have just anybody in there succeeding against Gunther. So I wasn't a fan of that. I want them to give Gunther his aura back that he could literally kill anybody. And you know what a great way to do that is? Hopefully Ilya and Gunther we do get to see at some point soon. But I don't even know anymore. And I was also thinking like for the longest time, I thought they were going to do Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther for the longest time. And now we haven't even seen Ludwig Kaiser on TV since I don't know when. I even forgot about him until someone mentioned him today. So I don't know. It's a lot, but Chillin' with Chase, this is a great super chat. Thank you so much for sharing this info here. Well-rounded Leo says, Seth wants power. He is cashing in on Cena's title. You're the second person who has mentioned this. I don't really like this idea because, again, I think he can have power on his own side. I think this is Cody's turf, and I don't really want Seth. I don't want Seth stepping on. I don't want Steph. I don't want Seth going to that other side. I want him to stick where he's at because Cody needs to handle his business with John Cena. All right. Like that's how I feel about that. And I mean, I don't think, CM Punk's going to be defeating John Cena at Night of Champions, which we still have to get to. I don't think that's happening and it bums me out, but we'll get to that in a second. We got Sin City Saint here who says Karrion needs to fill that empty spot in King of the Ring to play spoiler for Sami, right? Maybe. I mean, he's been all up on Sami's ear saying how like, he's a manipulator and he's this and he's an evil guy and he's a bad boy and this and that. it's not making real much sense to me. I don't think his promo's making that much sense to me, but hey, what do I know? Hassan Batla here says, thank you, Sin City Saint. Hassan Batla says, everyone was so focused on Rox replacing Liv, they never suspected she would actually be replacing Raquel. Definitely want to see them team up more. Well, I don't know. Right now, Liv Morgan is definitely not happy with Roxanne Perez, so that's probably not going to be happening. Thank you, Hassan. We got CJ here who says, can we send Jey back to SmackDown to team back up with his brother? It's okay. Some men are only meant to be tag team wrestlers. The truth will set you free. I feel like he's so far above right now. And I like Jimmy, but he's so far above Jimmy right now. It would really suck to just kind of like halt all that he has built, all of the momentum that he has built in order for him just to go back and be part of the tag team division that isn't even that great right now. So I'm going to say no. Thank you so much, CJ. We also got Moises here, Rosales. Moises, thank you so much for this generous super chat. Moises says, John Cena beats CM Punk in a grueling match. Seth comes to cash in. Cena on the ground pleads CM Punk for help. CM Punk says, I'm sorry to him and lets Seth pick up the pieces. Dethroning Cena, kicking off Cena's face turn. Here's the thing, though, Moises. I do not see CM Punk ever helping Seth Rollins in any sort of way, even if it's just him ignoring the situation and walking away. I do not see CM Punk, especially right now. He definitely feels like he hates Seth Rollins more than he hates Cena. So I do not want to see CM Punk at all help out Seth Rollins in any sort of way, whether it's intentional or unintentional. I don't want to see that at all because Seth Rollins and CM Punk, there's been so much hate there. This feud has been going on since CM Punk walked back into WWE. So that's the only reason why I can't see this really playing out. And it bums me out that I also feel like we're all already expecting CM Punk to lose. And we know why we're expecting CM Punk to lose. And the reason we're expecting CM Punk to lose is because this match was announced for Night of Champions. We'll get to that in a second, but thank you so much, Moises Rosales, for this. We also got Golden here. Golden, thank you so much for the super chat. Didn't write a message, but still thank you for that. Moises also says, thoughts on who Ron Killing starts a program with? Ooh, that's a good idea. What if it's Karrion Kross? I'm sorry, he was just, I think because someone just mentioned him right now that he was kind of fresh in my mind, but why not? Why not Karrion Kross? He can go in there and just be like, or I know right now Karrion Kross is, getting a little over with the fans, but he's still a heel. That could be something. I'm trying to think who else would be kind of cool to like go in there with, because he has to go in there with somebody that's, I mentioned Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser is very pompous. Ludwig Kaiser's like, look at me, I'm this, I'm perfect, I'm great. What if Ron Killings was like, shut the F up, man. Like, you're not all these things that you say you are. I'm trying to think who else. Maybe Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, one of those guys, someone that he can like just beat the hell up. I think that might be a direction that I can see him going into. I hope I'm not missing anybody else. It's super obvious, but thank you, Moises. Anthony Giuliano here says, I'm so excited to see R-Truth's new character and where it will go. Are you excited too, Denise? So when I saw that R-Truth was going to be coming back as Ron Killings, first of all, that was, I was processing all of what has occurred in the last couple of days, right? And everything that's been reported, what Triple H said, and just all of that has been, it's been messy. It looks messy. And I feel like there are a lot of things that you're just like, ooh, this person kind of doesn't look good in this situation. The only person that won in this situation, in what's been said, it's Ron Killings. He is the only person that looks good coming out of this whole situation, because now he probably ended up in a situation where he got more money because of the outrage and the outpouring of love and support and people wanting him back in the company and people being mad at the people in the company because, they couldn't come to some sort of an agreement with Ron when it came to his, WWE contract and him ended up getting released. All of that, plus the way that Triple H answered the question, people were kind of like, what the hell? Like, people were very, upset about that, too. I was reading a lot of those comments on those videos today. So it's just been a very messy situation. But, hey, he's back now, and he's a totally different, version of what we've seen in WWE. Now he's Ron Killings. He's serious. He freaking cut off his dreads. I was not expecting that. And however that idea came about, though, was really, really great. I'm glad that they did that, because anybody that you see go out there to cut off their hair, that chops it off, you're instantly going to look at that person and be like, dude, that person's freaking crazy. Like, what the hell's your problem? You're going out there and cutting your hair? What's wrong with you? And so that's exactly what we saw R-Truth do, Ron Killings do. But to me, it wasn't even the part of him cutting his hair. I think it was all that he said after he cut his hair. Everything that he said afterwards is what got me going, holy shit, because you could really feel the passion. Like, you could really feel the authority in his voice, like his passion, everything he was saying, even though he didn't go out and be like, F you guys for not wanting to do this. He didn't say anything like that. But when he was talking about, the truth setting you free, it felt like there was just so much emotion behind that, and so much truth to that. I had to say it. It was just all this raw energy, and that's why it hit so hard. So it wasn't even, to me, the hair part. It was the part afterwards, and everything he said afterwards that just hit like 1,000 pounds. So I really, really did enjoy that, and I feel like this is like the biggest turning point in his career. I feel truly, I think this is going to be the biggest turning point, because now with Ron Killings, he's not going to be seen as just the guy who can have a goofy segment in the back, as the guy that you don't take seriously, as the guy who's just there to give a couple ha-has. No, now he's going to be seen as someone that could, legitimately go after the Intercontinental Championship if he wanted to. You can see that as something more legitimate in his cards now, because of the alteration in his character. Thank you, Anthony. We got CJ here who says, don't let them days as champion stats fool you. Us Gunther fans been in the trenches. Triple H fumbled most of his previous reign, and we had to beef Pat. Look, like I said, I really think Gunther is the freaking man. The problem was that it was just the running back the Jey Uso stuff way too many times, killed a lot of momentum for that. Remember when Gunther was feuding with Damian Priest? That Gunther-Damian Priest feud, I liked that feud. Him being such a jerk to Damian Priest, telling them he was street trash and all of the things he said to Damian Priest. It was that Damian Priest-Gunther feud that made me like Damian Priest more coming off of the championship reign than anything else they did with Damian Priest as champion. That was my favorite thing, was the stuff that he did with Gunther. And so Gunther as Intercontinental Champion was the shit. He was the shit. And then they just kind of lost it. They kind of lost it during the actual reign, but for the world's heavyweight champion, but we'll see what happens. I'm not expecting Gunther to be a long champion after having defeated Jey Uso. I don't expect it that long. We got Uncle Donk here who says, Triple H. We also got, or maybe not like that. I don't know how you meant it, Gunther. Just HHH. We also got Golden here who says match felt slow and boring after Worlds Collide. Worlds Collide was a totally different kind of show. I was a little bit more tired because I did do both shows back to back. I was a little bit more tired following Worlds Collide, but I was still very much looking forward to Money in the Bank. So, I didn't think that the show was bad, though. I didn't think so. I thought there was a lot of fun stuff, but I don't know. I almost feel like I might have enjoyed Raw a little bit more than I actually enjoyed Money in the Bank. I'm not so sure about that, but maybe it's just because I just watched the show. Minus the ending for Jey Uso and Gunther. Thank you so much, Golden, for the super chat. Very, very cool of you. All right. So with that being said, I do want to go ahead and get into the John Cena CM Punk stuff, because you guys know that right there, that's what I thought was going to be the biggest story coming out of today. So, oh my God. So we had, a whole history with John Cena and with CM Punk, all right? We don't even need to run all of that down, but we had known that when CM Punk was doing when John Cena was doing his farewell tour, CM Punk was amongst the names of people that we wanted to see get back into the ring with John Cena. And so John since then, has been doing all this stuff with Cody, this stuff with R-Truth. And when he went out there, John Cena, acknowledged a lot of what's been going on with R-Truth, kind of talked some shit on him. Okay. And during this, he's saying that the fans are powerless, that they don't got a voice, blah, 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 right? That led to R-Truth's promo later on in the show. Tied in nicely. Cool. But during this, John Cena said, why don't you guys use your voice for me to get some real competition? And it was in that second that I was like, come on, guys, let's start chanting CM Punk. And then everybody's like, chanting CM Punk, because obviously everyone was thinking the exact same thing. And we finally get the CM Punk chants, and CM Punk goes out there, and I'm like, all right, let's get up. This is the part of the show that I was waiting for, because we have been waiting for this I have been waiting to see John Cena and CM Punk in the ring across from each other, mic to mic, since he came back. So I could not be more thrilled that this was happening. All right. So freaking thrilled. I respect John Cena. I respect everything he has done in this business. I'm going to be sad when he retires, but at the end of the day, this girl was always a CM Punk fan. I was never a John Cena fan, and I'm finally owning it. And I could not be more excited about them, facing off against each other. That's how I felt heading into this. And CM Punk, every time he goes onto the mic, it's always so fun to hear him talk and hear him say the things he has to say. I feel like they could have even done more. Like, they could do this again. Like, I want to see a few more. Of these back and forth between CM Punk and John. But anyways, I was thinking, okay, this match is probably going to be happening at SummerSlam. It is not happening at SummerSlam. It is happening at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. Now, we know how CM Punk has felt about Saudi Arabia and WWE taking, blood money from Saudi Arabia. We've known all of that. And people have been wondering, like, is CM Punk ever going to do the Saudi Arabia shows ever since he came back to the WWE? Like, is he going to do them? Is he going to do them? Well, as of right now, it looks like he is, because someone said earlier, it was like this monkey's paw thing where it's like, yes, we're going to get John Cena and CM Punk, and yes, it's going to be for the title, but hey, it's happening at this show in Saudi Arabia. I don't feel like this match needed to happen on that show, because we know that Saudi, they're definitely paying the big bucks for WWE, right? Like, they could put on any match, and they're still going to get the big bucks, okay? Literally, they're still going to get the big bucks. They didn't need to put this match on that show. SummerSlam is a 2-night event that is incoming at MetLife Stadium in New York City. Well, actually, MetLife's in New Jersey, but y'all know what I mean. So how is that match not at SummerSlam? Like, that's a huge match, guys. Like, John Cena, CM Punk is huge. And so that match happening at Night of Champions, I think, it really feels like a dead giveaway. John Cena's winning. And I kind of wanted to at least feel like there was a chance that CM Punk might win. But I just feel like that match happening at Night of Champions is a dead giveaway, that is not happening. I don't know if you guys see that differently. That's how I see it. Maybe I'm jaded. Maybe I'm a cynic. I don't know. But that's just how I feel about it. So it was like I was getting super high for this. I peaked. I was excited. And then they made the announcement of when the match was happening. And I just went, completely deflated after that. So yeah, that should have happened at SummerSlam, but that's just how I feel about that. All right, we got a couple super chats here. We got CJ here who says, the Priest feud was good, and it's crazy to me people forgot the feud he had with Randy. His aura was at peak level till the match with Cody ruined it. Yeah, good stuff there too, man, CJ. And that is kind of forgotten about, because like even me, I forget to mention it too. CJ says, want to shout out Becky because she's done good promos, but unfortunately it was an in-between Cena and Punk and Ron's promo. CM Punk greater than CM Punk from like 2009. Thank you, CJ. We got Bob Ross Jr. who says, really funny when wrestling bookers apologize through their booking. Tony Khan and Triple H has done it a lot. Bob, share some examples. If you feel like you got some examples on that, please share those. Thank you, Bob. All right, so I do want to go ahead and get into the women's Queen of the Ring tournament. Let's pull up this bracket really quickly. So the bracket that we got here is Roxanne Perez defeated Roxanne defeated Kairi Sane, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley. So she now advances, and she's going to continue on in this tournament. Throughout this, we were seeing her basically with Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan was about to get pinned in this matchup, and Roxanne ended up getting rid of Kairi Sane and pinning Kairi Sane. So she kind of saved Liv Morgan from getting pinned, but in the end ended up actually taking the victory. So that's the funny part. What do you call it? So yeah, so then we have Jade Cargill, Michin, Piper Niven, and Nia Jax. That's like, I'm looking at this, guys, and I don't even know which direction they're going to go into all of this, because when people were asking me, who do you think is going to win this? I thought Rhea Ripley was going to win the entire thing, so I read this completely wrong. So now I'm looking at this, and I'm going, I have no earthly idea who is winning this. On the left side of the blue brand, my original pick was Jade Cargill. I still think it might be Jade Cargill. The sneaky one is Nia Jax. I could see it being Nia Jax. And then over on the right side, blue brand, I do think that'll be Charlotte Flair. And then on the bottom, I'm either thinking Asuka or Stephanie. And that's a whole other thing. Asuka's back, guys. People have been missing Asuka. We haven't seen Asuka in forever. So she's back in this tournament. So I really don't know what this tournament is going to look like at the end of all of this, especially now that they're trying to like swerve us in every single possible direction. So I don't know. Thank you so much to okay, sorry guys, I got a little distracted. I was reading Santi's message, that's why. And I was like, oh, I was about to say thank you to Santi, and instead I said it on the live stream. I was thinking about typing it out, and then instead I just said it out loud. I'm dead. All right, everyone. Hey, it happens. It's live television, well, live YouTube vision, and that's where I was at with all of that. All right, we got a couple of super chats, so I'm going to go ahead and get into all of these. And if you guys have any better suggestions for the women's, you know, I feel like I'm usually really good at trying to figure out who's going to win what's going to happen, what it's going to lead to. But right now, I feel like they're constantly trying to trip us up. Like they're trying to be like, you think you know what's happening. You think you know these storylines because you've been watching wrestling for 1,000 freaking years. We're going to try to find ways to surprise you and make it not predictable. But then sometimes predictable is good and sometimes unpredictable is bad. But we'll see. Anyways. We got Ladder Jeans here who says, I'm like meh on Nikki's return. Insert shrug emoji. So, by the way, I loved that confrontation with Nikki and Liv Morgan. I loved it because it kind of got nasty, right? Liv Morgan's telling her, like, you don't got you're jealous of me because I have, you know, success and I have this and I have that. And she closed it off with, and I have a man. And I'm like, oh, yo, considering that John Cena, her ex-fiance, is on the show. And then, you know, she got married and that unfortunately didn't work out. And it was kind of a serious issue. You know, to bring that up, yikes, you know? And so I thought like, damn, this is kind of nasty, right? But then Nikki fired back with, well, I don't even know, you know, who your man, like, who does your man really belong to? Does he belong to you or does he belong to Roxanne Perez? And then I thought, oh shit, you know, like they were throwing some nasty jabs at each other. And I really liked that. I really liked that. I think what I really loved about this whole thing was honestly the fire from Liv Morgan. How angry she was. You know, she had just lost this important matchup. Her man's out there, you know, congratulating this girl, and she's not happy about it at all. And I loved how angry she was, how upset she was that Nikki didn't even mention her name when she was running down all of these incredible women for Evolution. So now what I'm wondering is, okay, are we going to be seeing a matchup between both Brie and Nikki versus Liv Morgan and Raquel? Or are we just going to see a singles match between Nikki and Liv? That's my one question. I don't know how that's going to end up looking once we actually get to Evolution 2, but that's pretty much why Nikki was on this show, was for Evolution 2, as she mentioned. Thank you, Ladder Jeans, by the way. We also got AJ Tripp here who says, make sure Santi doesn't get paid for not doing his job tonight. Running from the grind, Santi. Running from the grind. Thank you, AJ. We got the Imperial Silence here who says, hey, there's Santi. Hold on. Santi says, Dominik doesn't belong to anyone. He belongs to the streets. Santi, why are you running from the grind, bro? That's the real story. Thank you, Santi. We got the Imperial Silence here who says, getting a close enough see and seeing myself on TV really made me realize I really need to hit the gym bad. But other than that, it was great to see John Cena CM Punk feud finally happening again. Imperial Silence, I am so glad that you got to go to the show, and I'm so sorry that you felt that way when you saw yourself. Please just ignore that. You had a good time, and I hope you did enjoy the show, by the way. But don't even worry about that. You do you, man. You do you. Do what you need to do. Imperial Silence, thank you for the super chat. All right, so where are we at now with basically everything? Sorry, there was just so much that went down on this show. I'm trying to make sure I caught up on just everything. Oh, yeah. Becky Lynch and Bayley's return. That was another really big, massive thing that we ended up seeing play out here today. So, dude, I felt stupid at the end of Money in the Bank because I had sat here and I had made all these predictions about how Bayley was going to come back and Bayley was going to be the reason that Lyra Valkyria once again defeated Becky Lynch. And I was so sold on that idea and that outcome playing out that I really thought that was what was going to happen. And then she didn't come out at Money in the Bank. And I thought to myself, shit, man, there was such a good opening there. Like, why didn't she just come out during this? And so I kind of felt a little bit let down by that. I really wanted them to surprise everybody. I really wanted them to surprise everybody and have Lyra beat Becky again. And I know Becky was a popular pick, and that's the reason why. If any time there was a time to swerve us and surprise us, I think that would have been the proper, better outcome, was to have Lyra defeat Becky again. Because I wanted to see Becky spiral. I wanted to see Becky basically be like, damn, I can't beat this girl. And there's nothing worse than seeing someone who is exactly like you doing much better than you, and Lyra being Irish and, building her career and making a name for herself, and she's still beating Becky. Like, that was going to creep into Becky's skin. That was going to upset her. And so for all of this to happen the way that it did at Money in the Bank, I was a little bit bummed out by that. So then today, we have Becky going out there. She cuts this great promo. She's super delusional. She's kind of giving Karen vibes during this. And she's making it seem like Lyra hurt her. She's making it seem like Lyra injured her when she raised up her arm, and she calls for her to come out there and do it again. And instead, Bayley comes out and attacks Becky Lynch. And I'm thinking, yes, but also, why the hell didn't you just come out at Money in the Bank? I really wish that this would have been reversed, and I really wish Bayley would have attacked her at Money in the Bank. Although, on the bright side, I was happy to see Bayley come back, because I was starting to worry a little bit. I'm like, hey now, when is Bayley coming back? Like, what are we doing here with Bayley? Why isn't she, on this show? And so that was starting to be just a little bit disappointing there. And I'm glad she's back. I'm wondering what this is going to look like for Evolution. I'm wondering if this is, my original thought was, I thought it was going to be Bayley versus Becky one-on-one. Now I'm thinking there's a scenario where it becomes a triple threat. Lyra did kind of have like the confused look on her face. And I was thinking to myself, why are they making Lyra look confused out there? Lyra, girl, you know exactly why Bayley attacked Becky Lynch. She kind of had the look of like, why is she attacking Becky? And I'm thinking to myself, girl, you know exactly why she's attacking Becky. So that was kind of how I felt about that, man. I really thought she should have returned that Money in the Bank. Bob Ross Jr. here says, here's an example of wrestling bookers apologizing through booking. All right, cool. I asked Bob Ross for some examples on this. He says, Raw after WrestleMania 41 being so good, and it felt like Triple H was telling us sorry for us being disappointed in WrestleMania 41. Okay, I see what you're saying. Well, it's one of those things where I guess I see it as like, if you do such a bad job with a certain show, you don't want to lose any sort of, you don't want to lose the crowd. You want to remind them, hey, you actually like what you're seeing. Like, yes, we put on a bad show and it wasn't good, but damn, like, we could do a good job and watch us redo a good job, right? So maybe, you know what, Bob, I can't really argue. I cannot argue you on that. Raw after Mania banged. It was great. And it was far better than WrestleMania 41, unfortunately, which is not the way it's supposed to be, but that's the way it ended up working out. Bob, thank you for that. It's a good example. I appreciate you taking the time to think of an example for that. All right, so let me see what else we had to get into. I think I basically covered everything at this point on the show. And yeah, I think that's it, everybody. Like I said, a pretty noteworthy edition of Monday Night Raw that is now going to have us questioning what the hell is happening next. But that's where we're at with everything. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me here today. And I promise you, Santi will be back next week. But obviously, you know, he had a lot of things going on his stream. So totally cool. Thank you guys so much. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're new here or if you've already been here, but you just keep forgetting, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And then also, if you haven't already, go over to the Facebook page. The Facebook page is finally blowing up. A couple of days ago, I was sitting at 5,000. Yesterday, I was sitting at 6,900. And then the last time I checked a couple of hours ago, I was at 7,500. So it seems like Facebook is finally starting to notice me and push out my content. So go in there, leave some comments, spam the like buttons. And I go in there every single night and read comments and respond to people. I'm constantly looking at all of that stuff. Check out all of everything that I've been posting. Keep an eye out. Tomorrow, I think I'll be doing an AEW interview. So keep an eye out for that. That should be going up tomorrow. But other than that, thank you guys so much. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.